Kia ora te whānau, welcome along to the Sky Broadband Rapid League game, round 12, between the Hawke's Bay Hawks and the Canterbury Rams from Rodney Green Arena's Napier. And Andrew Mulligan, Lindsay Tate on hand for this one. And the youngsters, the young bloods, getting a run on a Saturday afternoon in Hawke's Bay. And these two teams played a week ago, Lindsay, and in the Rapid League, it was always tight between the Rams and the Hawks, and in the Sal's NBL game, the main game, it was tight as well. As you can see, standings, the Rams doing all right at third spot there, 8-5. Hawke's Bay 8-7. This will be interesting to see how these two teams go at it. Both scoring pretty well. Hawke's Bay's defence letting them down a little bit. Points allowed, and that's the bottom half of the Sky Broadband Rapid League standings. Kia ora, Lindsay. Welcome along, mate. Good to have you back in the booth.
Kia ora, Miles. Yeah, bro. Good to be back. Looking forward to it. Saturday afternoon hoops. And like you said, some of the top young talent about to be on show. Under 20 nationals recently finished, and see that Mana Martin, Tama and Ihaka all part of the national championship winning Canterbury team, and Tama won the MVP, so excited to watch these boys rock this afternoon.
Absolutely. That is a stacked Rams and Hawks Rapid League matchup. You've got Ezra Eagle, he was All-Star 5 at the under-20s. Harry Keeley as well, he's not named today to play. The other ones in that All-Star 5, Ihaka Kate from the Canterbury. Mana Martin also, he was in the under-20s Canterbury team. They are a stacked team. Of course, Tama Isaac was the MVP. That's 2 straight years. That's starting 5 for the Hawks as well. Smiler, Matakatea, and you've got Jacob Murphy, Kobe Carter and Kahu Treacher. This is how it looks head to head. Points per game. The Rams down a bit there. The Hawks can fill it up.
They can fill it up, Miles, and you can see down the bottom, as you've been speaking on, Tama Isaac and young Kahu Treacher, the local boy. He's playing at Eastern Arizona right now. He's back, and he'll be part of the New Zealand team that's about to play at the 19U World Championship, so keep an eye on him. He's a talented young wing.
The last time these two teams met was actually literally a week ago. Hawks got the win there, actually, 46-38. The top scorer was Jacob Murphy with 15. He had a game. And top scorer for the Canterbury Rams was Marco Sula. Callum Welsh, Sasha Nicholson and Sam McFadzean are your barter card referees.
Those pinstripe uniforms, fire, Miles.
For the Hawks?
Yeah, I like those. Really like those.
And great outfit on the ball deliverer. Fantastic. Has she come from dance, maybe? From cheerleading, perhaps? Or is this just her Saturday afternoon outfit, whatever it is? It's fire. We're underway. And it's going to be Jacob Murphy with the ball. Treacher sees a bit of a double. Instantly turned over, though. Giving it up to Ihaka Kate. 2 brothers in the game. Tawhiri and Ihaka Kate there for the Rams, going with the classic white on the road.
And that's where they're at their toughest, Miles, you know, turning defense into offense and playing downhill, and Ihaka will get to the line here for a couple.
Ihaka Kate also defensive player of the tournament for the under-20s. He's the head prefect at Christ College, national champs last year.
In Canterbury right now, just a powerhouse kind of through the age group system, and obviously with representation in the national team and the Breakers, so got a formula going there that other places around the Motu are trying to replicate right now. They're having a lot of success.
Splits the pair at the free throw line, does Ihaka Kate.
Zoran Smiler was part of their under-20 team that actually finished second at home here to Canterbury. They blew them out in the final, but they had a great run.
Yeah, these two teams stacked with under-20s talent. Jacob Murphy almost banked that in.
A lot of those boys last year, Miles, played in the secondary schools finals. Napier boys playing against Christ in the finals. You see a lot of familiar faces.
Going the other way is Mana Martin. He's fouled.
It's kind of a little Ray gun move there.
Yeah.
Mana hit him with the...
Jacob Murphy, lucky just not to land on him there for both players. But turning defense into offense quickly to begin this game are the Canterbury Rams. I like the chicha on the front of the uniform there in the City Edition.
Mana was part of the 17U team, finished 4th in the world last year, highest placing ever for a New Zealand youth team. And a lot of those boys are backing up this year at the 19U World Champs coming up shortly.
Getting the roll is Martin. Hawke's Bay will try again.
Canterbury always applying pressure up the court, looking for those little traps there and forcing the backcourt turnover.
That's that coffin corner halfway there, and just Jacob Murphy got caught out, left his feet. And then unfortunately, Kahu Treacher hadn't established himself, so it will be another turnover to start this game.
It's like a little classic run and jump. Get over that halfway by the sideline, and the point guard just jumps on you blind and forces that turnover. Smart play from Canterbury. Oh, that's a strong guard right there.
That's a very strong guard, and Tama Isaac. No Kaya Isaac today.
He looked like he was playing with his little brother on that move.
Kaya's rolled his ankle, we believe, so Matakatia finding the cut there. Treacher couldn't finish it, so another empty possession.
A couple long bodies there, Kahu Treacher and Dante Matakatia. He's been a great pickup for this team right here.
Tama Isaac backing it up and going at it. The and one.
That was tough. A little at action there where it kind of looks like he's going to hand the ball off, but he keeps it just enough to get Dante on his hip. High, wide finish. Beautiful. If you're a young guard watching that, you need that in your package.
Tama Isaac, he's third in rapid league in scoring. 11.29 on average. Converts the and one, so it's 8-zip. Rams with the lead. Hawke's Bay in a bit of trouble here. Barely 2 minutes gone. The Sky Broadband Rapid League game. Jacob Murphy too strong. Good rebound from Carter. And then the runner from Smiler. And we've got a foul. Smiler in an open long two. Decided to take it in.
And that's where he's tough, Smiler. He can shoot the three on the spot up, but he is tough on those floaters runners. But ideally, at this level, you kind of let that one go. Again, why this is perfect, Miles, this kind of league for these young boys, young men to learn these reads and what they can get away with as they go up to different levels. Those windows get smaller, those reads are different.
So foul shots here for Isaac because there was an over the back call on the rebound attempt, and we're already at 3 team fouls for the Hawks. We're up to 4 now. And so Canterbury have come out of the gate here.
And it's a smart ploy by them. They don't go deep with CJ Pena obviously not being able to play rapid league, and you can tell they don't want to use Max Starling a whole lot unnecessarily. They get these five out here and they play aggressive from the jump, try to get out on a lead and sit on it or run it up, which is smart.
And then more trouble on the full court. I think maybe this rapid league team took a bit of grief, perhaps leaking 46 points last week to this Hawks team.
Yeah, they would have watched some film on that for sure and gone back and made some adjustments. And I'd say the same thing would happen in the next game we're going to see as well, Miles. I'd say they would have watched a lot of tape and made some adjustments. That's what Canterbury's great at.
Jacob Murphy getting to the cup, doing it the hard way with the right hand on the left-hand side and finishing. Tama knocking down that three, Tama Isaac. He just makes it look so easy for the young man.
And a little bit indecisive there, Murphy, on that. And if you're going to give anything to Tama, it's the long three. But Miles, if this young man's knocking that thing down, he's going to be a serious problem for the leagues and the schools he's playing against next year in the States.
He already has 10 points. 10 of the 13.
Just too much airspace right here off an on-ball screen. And
Ihaka Kate picking up the foul. And driving now. That's unfortunate. The finish wasn't there for Katea.
Great help by Tama, just deterring him from an easy layup. Turns into an extra position for Canterbury here. Oh, beautiful snake.
Tawhiti Kate kicking it out. Tama Isaac on a heater right now.
And the ring looked like a hula hoop after you got 10 points that quick, Miles. You know, the next one you're throwing up, you feel real good about it.
He's got 13. in this first quarter in under 3 minutes, and that's a big hit for the Hawks. They needed that.
And that's probably Kahu's biggest strength, Miles. He's a long wing that has the ability to shoot from the perimeter. He can really stroke that thing.
Clifton Bush, the thirds in the game. Broken up. Nice work from Ihaka Kate. Tama Isaac with his 13 points.
Got some length out there, Hawke's Bay.
Certainly. Unfortunately,
Kahu on the boards.
Tony Worthington misses that. Good stop for the Hawks. I tell you what, the Rams just have that Hawks defense in 6s and 7s, which is hard to do when you've got 5 on the floor. And Clifton Bush with the foul there.
Yeah, just forcing them to play a little bit of one out and turning them over, and it's showing on the scoreline right now.
Also, shout out to the Rams. They had the Flint Tropics themed uniforms last week.
I seen that on the little socials. Yeah, I seen Tohi rocking it. Yeah, they look good.
I caught a bit of semi-pro on Sky Movies this week as well.
Everybody love everybody. Everybody love everybody.
There's no free corn dogs and there's no beer at halftime, thankfully, at Cal's.
Jackie Moon.
Nice little fight back from the Hawks here, but they're still down 9 points. The shot clock off.
I'll just flatten out here for the last possession. Run into this middle on ball.
Still 10 seconds. Tama Isaac, patient.
Ihaka will come and get him. Little ghost screen.
Kick out. Tawhiri Kate. Murphy with it. Oh, turned over. Worthington. Can he get the roll?
Oh.
Will it count? It does count.
Yeah, that counts.
You gotta box out.
Hit him with the left foot, left hand, push shot, runner. Tough.
Tony Worthington, out of Rolleston College, 6'6" off the bench, gets the offensive rebound and beats the buzzer in a strong start to the Rapid League game for the Rams, putting 18 on the Hawks. He mustered just 7 points. Get your large buffalo chicken pizza. There's a glitch in the matrix, but that price is not a glitch. That's $39.99. That's a great deal for a pizza like that from Sal's. Use the QR code. Sal's Basketball 25 is your online code, and that's valid until this coming Tuesday, the 10th of June. Strong start from this Rapid League team, as you'd expect from the Rams. You see the starters out there in the huddle as well. Nice to see.
That is one of my favorite parts about it, Miles, you know, being around the game and trying to help it grow and seeing these guys giving back to these the young ones on their team. It's great, man, the growth of it, and also the coaches helping each other as well and growing that knowledge base for the whole group.
Second quarter about to get underway. Canterbury, the Rams shooting 5 of 8, 62%. Hawks just 2 for 9.
Max Darling checking in here, Miles, for not a bad big to bring off the bench to start the second.
Yeah, it's not bad. Starter in the NZNBL sometimes for the Breakers.
A little bit of international experience under the belt.
Yeah, just a tall black.
Oh, that's a nice move.
Oh my. Oh, what a finish. That's pretty from Mana Martin.
Is that a left-hand hook shot?
I believe so.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Great ball pressure from the young Tawhiri Kate out there. He's been putting that on the whole game, getting his hands on ball.
Clifton Bush the third. Nice move. And one. Clifton Bush. Great to see him back this season. Getting to work on the baseline on the reverse.
That's beautiful there, the behind the back, and normally get to 2 feet, but just caught him early and up off one. With some funky looking socks on right now as well. His dad, Clifton Sr., legend for a long time here in the New Zealand NBL. Won a lot of championships, various teams.
It's Darling up high, giving it back to Tawhiri Kate. Across to Worthington.
Big size mismatch there.
Left hand finish is good. It's just too easy at the moment for the Rams, isn't it? Worthington now, he has 4 points and 4 rebounds and an assist. Three ball, Treacher. Rebounded by Martin.
He's going for the 5-5-5, triple-double Miles.
Yeah.
Rapidly, triple-dub, trip-dub.
And again, just strong defense forces Kate into a turnover.
They stay extended here defensively, Canterbury. That's what they do, even in Rapid League, just with their pace, and they just keep wearing you down.
Well, the Rapid League team is sending the message to the Hawke's Bay Rapid League team, and I think this is also sending the message for the main game as well. They didn't like probably how the way they let Hawke's Bay score 101 on them. Hawke's Bay had them in all sorts of trouble last weekend.
You're right, Miles.
But they ran them down, the Rams. That's the quality of a two-time back-to-back defending champ at home, using that environment at Cowes to their benefit. It's holding their nerve.
Proud team, you're right. If we know anything about them, they're for sure going to come back and hit hard today, knowing that they're on the road, and it started right here with the Rapid League.
Martin for three. Landing zone is an issue on that one. And fouling him is Matakatia. And so 3 shots coming up for Mana Martin.
Second time they look a little bit confused on their on-ball coverage there, Miles, and you know, at this level, National League level, Rapid League, it's really important that when there's any two-man interaction that we're all on the same page, and if you're not, you often get punished, so something they'll like to clean up to finish this game out, I'm sure.
No Campbell Scott as well for the Hawks. Must note that too. He has been around the league for a little while now, Campbell Scott. Excellent three-point shooter, so a little bit thin without Campbell Scott for the Rapid League team and the main game as well. He's in the New Zealand 3x3 setup. That's why he's missing.
And in most cases, you'd probably have a year 13 like Jackson Ball involved in a Rapid League, but
yeah,
he's one of the better players in the league, so that could be excused, you know?
That's a very good point. Jackson Ball currently averaging just over 20 points a game at 17 years old. He was Rapid League last season.
And I would say in most teams, a kid like Tama Isaac wouldn't be involved in the Rapid League either, which speaks to the depth of the Rams, obviously.
Great block by Clifton Bush the third. Hawks get a stop and another one. Still down 14 though. And double-digit leads in Rapid League are hard to run down. Still plenty of time, still a minute and a half to go, just in the second quarter. Great. Spinning, it's Carter. Footwork, unlucky. Gets it back though. He's blocked, hustling hard. Clifton Bush the third, it's fouled. A good effort from those two players for the Bay. And it's Max Darling picking up the foul.
Even though he's year 12, I believe, Tafari Kate, I love his defensive energy and intensity that he plays with. He doesn't take a backward step at all. You would not know that he's that age when you watch him compete, which is, it's cool to watch.
Darling sits, Tama Isaac back in for the Rams. Murphy.
You're right, Miles, a noted kind of defensive energy and intensity with this group after last week's kind of results, efforts.
Nice finish for Zoram Smiler. Get a defense, but a foul. Just a second team foul for the Hawks, though, in the second quarter. 3 team fouls in their shooting. So the Canterbury Rams have 2 team fouls as well, with 59.6 to go. Kobe Carter's got the funky shoes as well. It really ages me by saying that, but can't get a clean look as to what they are, but I like it. Corner ball off.
Oh, nice outlet.
What a find.
Great hustle from the young fella.
Jacob Murphy finishing with the right, gliding in.
Ooh.
Oh my. Oh, Tama. Back to Kate, and this time the radar is dialed in.
And not to get too, you know, X and O's with you, Miles, but that's the 3rd time I've seen them help off that corner 1 pass away, which is kind of a cardinal sin in the game of basketball. You're giving up wide open corner 3s. Can't help off the ball 1 pass away. Canterbury punished them.
Okay, you can see the defense there. Just tying them up, and Rams have the ball.
Nice position.
Get it down with 2 to go. Need to get the shot up. And that's it. Our clock is a little bit behind the one in the venue, and that'll do us for half time. 28-15.
And they quietly almost doubled them up there.
Yeah, they did. You're absolutely right. They had 18 in that first quarter, did the Canterbury Rams Rapid League team.
Tama with 13, Mana with 10. 8 minutes of play. It's pretty impressive.
It really is. Good effort from Worthington off the bench. A spread for the Hawks. They're going to need more. There with 2 assists. There's Worthington on the glass. Good spread from the Hawks. Clifton Bush, the third block was really nice. And just the pressure from the Rams there, giving the Hawks all they can handle and more across one half of Sky Broadband Rapid League. And thanks to the Chemist Warehouse, the official stats partner of the Sales NBL and Sky Broadband Rapid League. Hawks shooting just 35%, 6 of 17 from the floor. Rams 8 of 14. And concerningly, 9 for 10 from the foul line. The Chemist Warehouse line are the Rams. Get your Sky Broadband fibre started from $50 a month for the first 12 months. Go to skybroadband.co.nz or call 09525 5555. Kane Hokianga going through the X's and O's with his team here.
Miles, looking at the sideline of the Rams, if you're one of these Rapid League young men and you're basically going against a national team or an ANBL level player in training day after day after day, how fast must that fast track their development and give them confidence when they come into this type of environment? And under 20 national championships, you can kind of see how they're having so much success. It's like iron sharpens iron, I guess, in many cases down there right now.
Well, it's just a great, I think the Rapid League has been fantastic. Just for the young men on camera who get to play on game day. In your day, the youngsters, you'd have 17, 18-year-olds on the end of the bench, just wouldn't get any burn.
For sure, for sure. It was a lot more difficult. And I would say there's probably a lot less younger players as well. Like you'd probably have 2 or 3 and the rest would be, you know, a lot older pros.
We get a good look at these age group players who go on to play for their province and then their country, and we get to see them. We get to see not just how they play, but watch them develop, and we've seen that with Jackson Ball. He's a prime example of going from a Rapid League player with a nice skill set and just exploding onto the scene, getting a confidence at that age group level internationally like they did at the World Cup. It's not just a name on a piece of paper anymore.
It kind of brushes over us, I think, in the basketball community that you've got a Julius Halafanua at Georgetown, a Oscar Goodman at Michigan University, a Hayden Jones and a Jackson Ball that have committed to Wisconsin. They're huge programs.
Yeah.
And it's a testament to, you know, the work that they're putting in and the circles that they have around them supporting them.
Oh, that's pretty from Kate. Ihaka Kate with that finish. They've doubled them here. It's 30-15.
Great defense on the baseline there by Mana Martin, taking away Dante's drive.
Smiler.
Late clock play here.
Need to get it up. Smiler, under all sorts of pressure, 3 Rams around him.
And he turned down that 3 earlier in the first quarter, Miles, for pretty much the same shot, and he's got a great little runner in there from the free throw line and below.
Tom Isaac trying to drop it off to Worthington.
Probably could have gone high on that one. Got lucky. We'll get the ball back off the ricochet.
Look at this.
That's a tough shot. It's all touch and feel right there. Shot a lot of those.
Corner 3. Cartier driving right hand. Pretty with the English.
Too easy there, just straight line drive. First easy one really of the day for the Bay.
They need more stops.
Man, that's tough.
And that's really hard to stop Tama Isaac. There's not much more you can do.
You know your stuff. You're right, that is tough right there, man.
I mean, he got the bump. They did everything right.
Grow taller.
Yeah, you're just going to have
Jump
to
higher.
Get longer wingspan and get a piece of that on the way up. Tama Isaac will take a seat. Just great offense from him.
And you know, similar, this league too, similar to like a Kirk Penny or any of them a long time ago, this will potentially be the last time you'll see a kid like Tama Isaac playing down here for a long time, Miles, you know? So we're very lucky to get to see talent at this level at such a young age before they really go on their journey.
Nice bucket for the Hawks. That's a really great point. Max Darling, just a man among boys. And Max will head to the Chemist Warehouse line to shoot 2. Max's journey at an age group level, really interesting. Grew up in Christchurch and then headed overseas, played in Croatia and I believe Romania, and as a teenager, and then had a taste of the ANBL through the Illawarra Hawks.
I briefly worked with him even before that when he was maybe like 13, 14 at a New Zealand camp, and man, what an impressive, you know, story, young man, athlete, and like you said, to go on the journey he has kind of around the globe and come back home, turn out the way he has is pretty impressive, man.
Murphy dancing with Worthington, puts it down low. And there we go. That's better offense from the Hawks. They need more of that though. Kobe Carter will head to the line at the Chemist Warehouse stripe to shoot 2.
And with the group they've got out there, I'm not sure why you wouldn't try and post the young fella up a lot more, young Tawhiri, so smart play there by the Bay. I'd like to see teams around the whole league go at that more. Used to utilize that a lot more, post-ups on smaller guards and punish them that way.
Kobe averaging just under 7 points a game, 3.7 rebounds, just a couple of ticks under 2 assists, so integral part of this Rapid League team, and also get some good minutes off the bench in the main game as well. Closing this lead up a little bit here. They can get a good minute 16 defensively, the Hawks.
And same thing, they're stretching their D out here.
Darling, good defense on him, but that's just man strength right there.
Yeah,
Max
he looked
Darling.
like the big kid on my the under 7 team this morning at rugby league. Just that was too easy. That was too easy.
You asking for a passport?
No, I'm not that guy, but you just think these things.
Oh, nice finds. 2-foot plant, left-hand finish from Ihaka Cape.
And yeah, Ihaka's been great playing off 2 feet with that long left. Tough finish.
5 for him. Murphy, a couple of jab steps. Comes Carter, find. Oh, what a dime.
Nice behind his kneecaps.
That's a tough angle. Worthington, Ihaka Cape, spinning. 4 Hawks around him and he travelled. Hawks here. They will get 21.4 seconds for the last shot of the 3rd quarter.
They're playing for 1 even though they're down 13.
Clifton Bush the 3rd, under 10 now. Looking at his options. Darling closes the gap on that one. And unfortunately for Treacher, it's an empty possession for him and the Hawks. So it will be 4 minutes left in this game. And it's 38-25. The Rams in control from the jump in this game.
Kind of cut into that lead a little bit there, the Hawks, but Canterbury just keep jabbing, keeping them at bay. Big run home here. If they're going to make any inroads into this and give themselves a chance, they're going to have to get up the court as a group. It can't be a one-man effort with Murphy, and they're going to have to turn up the pace a little bit offensively right now. Problem with that is Canterbury's smart. They'll control this time and score heading down these last 4 minutes.
Rams have only missed 7 shots in this game. They're 12 of 19. Bulk of those 7 shots, they're 5 missed threes.
They're shooting 81% from 2.
Yeah, they're 9 of 11. They're
and 91% from the line.
Yeah, 11 of 12. Nice crowd building at Rodney Green Arenas.
They've got to make them shoot more threes.
They've got to really pack the paint.
They're close to 40% on that though too. So.
Yeah. I just feel as though the pace of the Rams just forcing that defense of the Hawks into turnovers, but then just also just getting into what they want to do early, knowing where they are supposed to be in their sets, and the Hawks have just been on the back foot from the start of the game.
Yeah, you're right. That's a great way of putting it. It looked like they jabbed them early and they just backed up and kept them backing up, and they've been the aggressor from the start.
It's a Rams start. They have the ball 38-25. Here's Darling spinning. The defense was good on Max Darling. He picks up a cheap one. And there, he's taken a bit of a battering, his Darling. He's
he almost made that
checking
spin move like he was trying not to hurt anybody.
Yeah, he did. He's like, I know I've got some broad shoulders here. He's taken a blow to the nose, I think, and he's had some.
That is a tough one when you're that big and strong. Sometimes they just let you get beat up a little bit more. It's just tough because the wax affect your shot the same. Yeah. Unfortunately. Great rebound by young Kahutricho.
Oh, Jacob Murphy's gone down there. They're down 2 players of the Hawks. Good defense on the closeout though. Those 2 players back up as we pan across. And there is Murphy. Okay. He is back up, which is good to see. Murphy.
And just kind of a one-on-one action there. They were spread, but I guess they had the mismatch, but not getting through a lot here, the Hawks. 1 out.
And then Murphy just felt like he got fouled there. Frustration. I appreciate the DJ playing Mumbo number 5, but it's not working, Lindsay Tate.
Oh, Mumbo number 5, yeah.
Feel like
Lord!
Oh
he
my!
Made him touch ground.
Tuffety Kate kicking it out.
Get in there! Oh,
gets it back.
He did him dirty by missing that 3.
Darling.
Got the mismatch.
Nice dime, and the finish from Mana Martin is nice. He's got 12 now.
Man, 2-foot 2-hand on the back foot there. That was nice from young Mana. Great find.
Clifton Bush the third. Left it a little bit strong.
Athletic burst, but yeah, left it long.
15 is the lead. Darling.
Not really doing anything stylistically or pace-wise to bridge this gap right now for Bay. 2 minutes left, just playing it out. That's never been my MO, Miles.
Yeah.
I'd rather go out by 25 than lose by 13.
Yeah, no, I thought you were going to say 13 as well. Also, points for and against, though, they do count. And so, in Rapid League for the Sal's NBL ladder.
No lie, I just feel like if you take their mentality, you're going to end up being more competitive overall than doing it this way. That's just that's only my 2 cents, man.
I'm listening, man.
What, that don't mean nothing.
I'm listening to you, 7-time NZNBL champion.
Had a lot of great teammates and coaches. Real lucky on reflection.
Missed opportunity there.
Long cover by Worthington, and young Tawhiti Kate at the other end will be rewarded for his energy that he's given the whole game, both ends. He'll be representing New Zealand at the Under-16 Asian Championships coming up shortly. One of the top guards. He made the All-Star 5 in the Under-16 Oceania Champs last year. Tawhiti.
Impressive. There is the impressive Tama Isaac, younger brother of Kaya, not playing today. Sprained ankle.
Spin cycle.
Oh my. What a finish from Ihaka Kate again.
Man, that left is like easy for him there. Beautiful spin move.
All-Star 5 at the Under-20s just recently. Canterbury winning that title back to back.
Yeah, you can see he's playing some great confident basketball right now, those boys. They look like they've just come off winning a youth national championships.
They defeated Hawke's Bay in that final. North Harbour was third.
And there was a big gap in that final too, Miles. Like, respectfully, those two teams had great tournaments, but right now there's quite a big divide at that age group. Which you could probably tell that the boys are playing.
Well, it's currently
they're playing
16.
here.
Yeah, the bulk of the stars are playing here. You're right. North Harbour was third. Josh Wiley rounded out from the Tuatara, and the North Harbour rounded out the All-Star 5. 4 of the players in this game between these two teams. Upstairs, actually not.
Oh, that was an intermediate alley-oop.
Yeah, it was. Mana Martin just caught the loop pass.
I seen one of them at the Year 7-8 league last week. It was nice.
40 seconds to go in this game, and it's been all Rams. Oh, nice find to Smiler. That gives the Hawke's Bay Hawks 30. A week ago, it was the Hawks who took this game. They won 46-38, and it's 46 now for the Rams. Get a little bit of justice back in their eyes.
Tough call.
Might have a similar scoreline, but it's pretty close. With 22.2 to go as Smiler, excuse me, not Smiler, Kobe Carter head to the line.
You got to respect that about this outfit, you know, being around the league and watching it the last 2-3 years, you know, their ability to hold their standards and bounce back. And they've obviously done that early here in the Rapid League. Be interesting to see how they back up in the big game coming up, Miles.
Well, Kobe Carter has 2 assists, a rebound, and a point away from my dream stat line in Rapid League, or a Rapid League 5. Getting 5 across 3 different categories. I've picked up. It's pretty hard to do, and I think it's the assists.
Yeah, in that short a period, it would be the assist for sure.
Yeah, and
5 points, 5 rebounds. You can knock that out.
If you're a big, you get some burn. You're going to be able to pick up some rebounds and 5 points.
You're relying on 5 other dudes.
Yeah,
to put it in the ring for you.
Kobe Carter, back of the iron on that one.
And for the statistician to agree it's an assist.
Yeah, they're tough to get in FIBA.
You're probably your best bets at home, I'd say.
Yeah. There is a rebound for Carter. So he's got his 2 5s and points and rebounds as Kobe Carter. Just needs 2 assists, and it's a BNZ player timeout. They didn't use them in the first half, either team, but the Rams call one here. They want to put another couple of points, maybe 3 on the Hawke's Bay Hawks. You can get your ticket to the big game, your chance to win it. Use that QR code. All thanks to the BNZ player timeout initiative.
Man, those 3 have done a lot of winning the last couple of years on a whole lot of levels. Them coaches, great young staff coming through for the Rams.
Let's see what the Rams do here out of that BNZ player timeout.
A little zone action from the Hawks.
Here's Tama Isaac, deflection. 3 now. Kate, Tuffety Kate misses that. Ihaka, it counts. Left hand tip in. Ihaka Kate, what a game for him. He's been everywhere. That's 9 for him. And the Rams take the win. They flipped the script on the Hawks almost the same way a week ago. It was 48-36 to the Hawks on the road. And now it's 48-32. The Rams get the win at Rodney Green's Arena. Terrific game from the jump. Rams came in and they looked hot.
Yeah, Tama Isaac kind of blew the roof off coming in. Then Mana Martin backing him up there. But like you said, the Kate brothers chipping in. Impressive effort from the Rams.
Certainly. Assist for Kate and Isaac. 5 rebounds for Worthington. Nice off the bench for him. Kobe Carter and Treacher on the glass with Matakatea. Some good blocks. They needed the defense to be everywhere, the Hawke's Bay Hawks. They got some blocks, but they couldn't stop the dribble drive penetration. Rams, once they touched the paint, it was options are plenty for them. And then you just see there, look, Hawke's Bay had a real issue at times dealing with the pressure. So it will be the Rams getting the Sky Broadband Rapid League win here at Rodney Green Arenas, 48-32. Just under 20 minutes time, we'll be back on air for the main game These two teams going at it. Rams lead the league in the South NBL, and the Hawks looking to stay in the 6. We'll be back soon on Sky Sport.
All right, I'm here with the coach of the Canterbury Rams.
Kia ora te whānau, no mai hoku mai, and welcome back to the Sal's NBL, round 12, Rodney Green Arenas in Napier, the Hawke's Bay Hawks hosting the Canterbury Rams. And it is a return fixture after a meeting in round 11 at Cal Stadium a week ago, May 31st, where the Hawks really took it to the Rams on the road, who responded in kind, eventually winning 105-101, a high-scoring affair. Andrew Mulligan, Lindsay Tate on hand, and Lindsay, these two teams have contrasting fortunes, but it'll be the Hawks ruining the missed opportunities of last weekend.
Kia ora, Miles. Yeah, brother, it'll be interesting today to see how they bounce back. You know, obviously get to come back home, the Hawks, and playing against top-of-the-table Rams, so going to make a run of it and push for that 6.
Certainly, this is how the ladder looks at the moment in the Sal's NBL. Just keep an eye out on the top 6 here. You can see the Rams on top, keeping pace. They have 3 games in hand over their next best record of the Saints, and then the Hawks were 6th, but there is a lot of congestion, a lot like a 3-year-old's chest coming out of daycare. It is so tight in those spots, 4 through to 8, and every win matters, every points differential matters. And you can see the Nuggets and the Airs coming up later on today, and then a double header on Sunday. The early games, the Giants and the Jets. Might be a little bit too far now for the Giants to make a run for the playoffs. The Jets, ensconced in the 6th, need to win to keep pace, and you can see the Tuatara and the Phi will round out round 11, and then we're back into it on Wednesday for round 13. The Rams will go at the Phi at Cal Stadium as well. And so for the visitors, it is a massively strong starting 5. They are the back-to-back defending champs, and they're rolling with an international lineup. Britton Brown, McDonald the Aussie, along with his compatriot Bowen, Kyle Bowen, and Tohi Smith-Milner himself, a tall black as well with Brown and Britt. 2 Aussies have played as well for their country, and it is such a luxury that they bring more tall blacks off the bench and their import, CJ Pena. And it really is a luxury of sorts for head coach of the Canterbury Rams, Quinn Clinton.
All right, I'm here with the coach of the Canterbury Rams, Coach Clinton. Coming in tonight's matchup, you know, the Rams sitting at the top of the table. Last game versus the Hawks was a pretty close game. Could have went either way down the stretch. You guys pulled it off. Any adjustments you made since that game, you think, to make it a little bit easier tonight in the Hawks' nest?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it'll make it easier, but we've just really challenged the guys to contain the ball one-on-one. So, yeah, we really dove into the individual scout of the Hawks and broken down a lot of their players. Like, they just have so many guys who can put heat on the rim and take their guy off the dribble. So, yeah, it's taking the challenge one-on-one and then being great enough floor position off the ball.
Awesome. Any strengths or weaknesses you think you can exploit tonight against the Hawks?
I mean, yeah, we're just focusing on how we always play. Like, we're going to play, we played 9 guys and we're looking to push the ball and play as a collective. And, yeah, there's some matchups that we'll look to target, but, yeah, just play fast, play our identity, and, yeah, play as a team, play as a collective.
Awesome, Coach. Hey, appreciate your time. Good luck for the game.
Yeah, they have the luxury, does Quinn Cook, excuse me. He doesn't play anymore. He's just the coach. He did play for the Rams, won some games to Quinn Cook. That is the starting 5 for the Hawks, and they've added Brandon Alston to the lineup. They're without Darnell Cowart. They're big, so they've gone for a guard in Alston. He is a good size as well. He's about 6'5", 6'6". Jackson Ball, he's getting bigger, and Swakala Bullock, Greeder, and Yates. It is a big lineup for the Hawks, and they've got some good power coming off the bench, and Carter and Eagle, Clifton Bush the third. And for Sam Gruggan, the head coach of the Hawks, they'll look to build on what they tried to do in Christchurch and make sure that they can go one step further and get the win over the Rams.
All right, Coach, you got the top of the table Rams coming in tonight. Last game you played against them in Christchurch, pretty close game, could have went either way. What are the keys to breaking down the Rams tonight and trying to get that dub in the Hawks' nest?
Yeah, I mean, they have so many weapons. I think transition defense, we've got to be on point. We didn't start the game too well last time. They hit a few threes against us early, so making sure we sprint back, decrease their efficiency in that regards, and then offensively just play some freedom, get to the rim, drive and kick.
Awesome, Coach. Also, any adjustments you made since that last game, and also your last game in coming in tonight in training?
Yeah, I mean, Rams play a little bit more physical than what we've used to, so just making sure the guys are used to that, the hard shows, making sure that we attack the paint, play off 2 feet, make some better decisions at the end of the drives. But no, we know the challenge and we know how talented they are as a team, and we're excited by it.
Awesome, Coach. Hey, appreciate your time. Good luck for the night.
Their trip to the 0-3 was unfortunate for them. Close win for the Rams over the Hawks, and then they were blown out by the Giants a couple of days later in round 11. This round 12 matchup, this is how it looks on the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head, and you can see there, it really is a little bit of a misnomer. Actually, those last 5 games are incorrect, to be honest. That is not how the Hawks have fared at all, so we might just have to drop that graphic, excuse us, because that is not how it has been. They've come off 2 losses, whereas the Rams, they haven't lost Lindsay Tate since they played in April when they were beaten by the Bulls on the 9th of April, 103-94.
Yeah, the Rams have been running through everybody. They've been handling them relatively easily. And was that April you were talking about?
April 9th was the last loss.
I mean, it'd be fair to say they've been doing something similar the last 2.5 years, to be honest with you. They've been really running through teams. So, and again, you spoke of their depth, international level, ANBL level. You're bringing imports and breakers off the bench. Yeah, you sound like a broken record every time that you talk about this team, but they're pretty formidable group right now that to knock over. I think they'll be a group that we look back at in time and speak on this Canterbury Rams outfit.
Well, Dan Greeter's running mate Jackson Ball there to his left, your screen right. He has been phenomenal in the Sal's NBL 2025, and he's looking forward to this matchup against the Canterbury Rams.
I'm here with the Big Barrel Hawks, Jackson Ball. Jacko, going in tonight's matchup against the top of the table Rams. Close game last time, 105-101, I think, in Christchurch. What's your mindset heading into the matchup tonight?
Yeah, we know the Rams are a great team. They play with lots of physicality and pace, so we just have to match that, stay poised, and hopefully come out with the win.
Awesome, Jacko. And how important is this game for the playoff push, ladder and positioning, you know, going into your last 5 home games? 5 games of the season will be at home.
Yeah, especially with how close the standings are now, every game for us is now important, so this is just another must-win game for us.
Awesome, Jacko. Hey, appreciate your time. Good luck for the game, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, a great run into the playoffs if they can match it. Jackson Ball, just a word to the advanced shooting stats for Jackson Ball. I know you might appreciate this, Lindsay Tate. His true shooting percentage, where it combines everything into a percentage where it comes to foul shots, threes, and field goal percentage, is 66%. And his effective field goal percentage, if you look at your Barter card referees, Welch, Nicholson, and McFadzean, is effective field goal percentage, which gives a weighting to the three-point shot because it's a little bit harder to shoot from. That's 62% for a kid who's 17.
Man, I love Jackson Ball, Miles. You know what I mean? I love what he's about. A young man recently got named to the Nike All-Asia camp alongside Kupa Te Ratana and Cole Hopoi, which is basically acknowledging him being one of the top kids in all of Asia Pacific, which we already know. And those numbers obviously back that up. So really excited to watch him not only this afternoon or evening, but into the future. He's a really talented young man representing us all from down here.
Certainly. They're the #1 offensive rebounding team, the Rams, and they are last are the Hawks on the offensive glass, grabbing just 7.2 a game. The Rams grab 12, and those two men in the middle there about to jump will have a lot to say. The leading rebounder in the league is Luka Yates for the Hawks. He's jumping with Tohi Smith-Milner.
And again, size-wise, you can see the Rams aren't huge, but they clearly lead the league in rebounding, which kind of speaks to their style and their aggression on the boards. They jam and they get on the front foot when a shot goes up. They're not running back in transition, playing traditional safety defense.
A great seal by Tohi Smith-Milner. Nice find from the Australian McDonald. And an easy bucket to begin for the Rams. This is what they did in Rapid League. They just got out and get into their set.
I mean, you can't beat a play where you run it for one of your best bigs to get a catch in the smile with a no dribble layup. Canterbury will take that every time to start the game.
Here's McDonald, and he stepped out, does Tahi Smith-Milner. Sure.
How many times do we do that in a game?
I've seen a lot of it over the last couple of years.
Yes.
That's the space and pace of the game, isn't it?
It is, just constantly trying to train ourselves to. And it's hard for those big, they got big feet, man, to try and tuck into that corner behind that three-point line. So, yeah, can't do that load step and step backwards at all, otherwise you're out of bounds. I think I just seen that referee drop his whistle.
I think he did. Sam McFadden dropped his whistle there, I believe. Picked it back up, we're back into it.
Good show by Tahi there. That's what Coach Grugan spoke about, obviously being able to deal with those hard shows. They struggled with that a little bit and made the adjustment for the easy two there.
Nicely executed by the Hawks. It's better than swallowing your whistle, as some referees have been accused of doing, and just straight dropping it. Here's Taylor Britt. He's been in great form this season. Again, clinical from the Rams offense.
Just beautiful ball movement. Notice there the ball actually went to the third side, so it started on this side of the court, got to the second side, back to the third side for an easy layup. Just beautiful ball movement from this group. You can see they're in sync. Great find.
Greeder in the corner. This is a great matchup between him and Walter Brown. Can't get the roll. And who will it come off? I'm with Tahi Smith-Milner there. I reckon Lukey Yates got over the top of that and poked it out, but it will be Hawks ball. How could I possibly see that from my angle? So the referee's in much better position than I am. So it will be Hawks on the baseline.
And just back to that corner skip pass, Miles. A lot of people speak on Jackson Ball's scoring ability, but they often overlook, I think, his vision and his feel and his kind of court sense. He's really good at those cross-court skip passes, which is very high level for a young player. So impressive for him. His size is also sneaks up on people, a lot bigger than he might seem.
Britt, need to get deep, and you can't sag on Tahi Smith-Milner. That is a breakdown of the Hawks' communication there, because he is a pick and pop threat. He didn't even pick, he didn't even pop.
And that was a simple pace there that Taylor Britt approached that action with, got them into a drops. And man, if they play Tahi like that, it's going to be a real long night in the Hawks' nest.
Jump ball, and he's dropped his whistle again. I don't mean to go on about
No, you with it, bro. We all good over there. Someone get him a rope.
He just slide that on his finger. It is a jump ball, and it stays, I believe.
He blew it so hard, he blew that sucker out.
Yeah. It stays with the Hawks. Lukey Yates just looked, I think he looked at Grugan there after that Smith-Milner three and asked what is the philosophy. And like you said earlier, you've got to be
not that, bro. I guarantee you the scout did not say leave him.
He's done it again. I've seen Tahi Smith-Milner do this. And timeout, Sam Grugan.
It's when we work together, Miles.
We've seen him, I think when he was with the Saints.
He had 6 or 7 one game, didn't he?
I think he had 7 before half-time against the Tuatara. You're right.
Listen, if you're playing over here and you don't know that Tahi can shoot it, yeah, you probably didn't read the scout. Let's keep it 100, man. Let's just tell the truth.
The Rams have jumped out. They have been perfect to start this game.
And just like you've been speaking on, Miles, you know that, like, you said it off air, you thought that this is the type of group that will go away, they'll watch the tape, they'll hold themselves accountable, and you heard Coach Clinton talking about keeping the basketball in front and getting back to the fundamentals defensively, and they've come out here the first 2.5 minutes, got stops, and come down and executed at this end for the easy 10-2 lead.
You just know, you just feel, and I know there'll be teams who are watching and will say, well, just let's wait until we get to July, but it feels like you've got to go through Cal Stadium to win a championship this year. You really have to go in there, and my goodness, it's one of the greatest games, if not the greatest game of basketball I've ever called last season. Just to be a witness to what the Airs and the Rams put on. An overtime thriller, double overtime actually, in the playoffs last season. The Airs falling just agonizingly short. The Rams surviving there, and they go on to win back-to-back championships over the Tuatara in the final. But this season again, it's death, taxes, and the Rams offense. It is just givens in life at the moment.
You ain't lying. If I had to bet the house on it today, I'd have them in the finals for sure. And like you said, what a place to play down at Cal's, you know? Tough place to play.
There's no windows. It's loud. It's got a great fan base. It has some windows, but it is small, it's intimate, and it's an absolute fortress for them.
And you got to go and want to play in an environment like that. You know, you guys have got to, the teams that are going to compete and give themselves a chance will have to build themselves that way. Little 3-2 zone here by the Rams, just changing it up out of their first time out. Give the Hawks a different look.
Swakalo Bullock pulling it back.
Hand.
Nice closeout. Lukey Yates, the leading rebounder in the South NBL. The Kiwi, based out of Australia. And he gets the offensive glass to work for him. Brett, corner ball. Knocking that down, another 3 for the Rams. That's their 3rd.
And then we were just talking about that in the Rapid League, Miles. That corner help there coming from the wrong side, and you're leaving Taylor Britt, one of the better shooters, down here wide open for the corner 3. Too easy.
Greta, the leading scorers, fouled in the South NBL. They haven't missed the Rams. They're 5 for 5, Lindsay.
Yeah, what man? I'm not surprised. It was like just carried on from the Rapid League game where they were playing lights out as well. And just bring a couple tall blacks in here. Tama Isaac and Max Darling checking into the game for a couple of ANBL level imports. They've still got an import sitting on the bench, Miles, too. If
they do.
They need him.
CJ Penner.
I've seen him doing 360s in the warm-up.
Yeah, he can leap, he can shoot.
Good wall up by Max.
Luca Yates, again, he's doing the work for the Hawks in the paint.
Yeah, long, active body there. Great touch on the finish there with a little righty hook.
He's just going to have to stick with Tahi Smith-Milner because he's feeling it. That's the first miss.
Yeah, a slick little play there. Get Taylor Britt coming off to his left, and he's great with that left-hand hook pass back to Tohi, who I would say is the best pick and pop big we've got down here.
Easy, yeah. Maybe him and Rob Lowe's been great.
Yes, you're right. Rob could teeter into the center as well, I guess.
It hasn't been quite Rob Lowe's season in that respect at the moment. With all due respect to Rob Lowe. He's been battling some ankle injuries, I believe. And then another miss. So a good response by the Hawks defense there out of the timeout. They've survived a couple of Rams possessions. And so they get the ball back here. Kobe Carter in the game, number 3, as Walter Brown sits down.
You had a solid Rapid League outing earlier, Miles. Kobe Carter almost had your 5-5.
Yeah.
Trip dub for the young man.
Yeah, Kobe Carter had 6 points, 5 rebounds, just 3 assists, 2 assists off a Rapid League 5-5.
Here's CJ Pena here, just checked in for Walter Brown.
Number 17. Coming off a championship season in Sweden last year.
And straight away up the court, ball pressure, even from their bigs, the Rams just relentless, ruthless with it.
Oh, look at Yates. Again on the offensive glass. Jacob Murphy in the game for the Rams. He couldn't find him.
There's that pace again from the Rams.
Tama Isaac. Pena misses that.
Play with a lot of trust in the way they move the ball, the Rams.
Yeah, look at the size of Jackson Ball.
Yeah, that's a big
Taylor Britt.
high school kid, man.
He has filled out this season. Nice finish. Taylor Britt, he is having a season.
He is.
Again, like he is, this game is just improved. It's the confidence.
Man, absolutely. No, like it's hard as a Auckland point guard to give props to South Island guards like that. You really have to earn them, and I'm not even fronting, man. Much respect to Taylor. I think he's come a long way in the last 2-3 years. He's grown a whole lot, and he's got my respect for sure. He's international level point guard.
Certainly, we saw that in the 3rd test against the Boomers in May, and then Kobe Carter's fouled. Yeah, Taylor Britt, like just the confidence to be given the keys by Judd Flavel, and then Quinn Clinton, and
just a grafter, you know, just look like he keep turning up. He's not going to out-athletiциze you, if that's even a word, or, you know, he just turned up, keep working, smart, read, chipping away, and before you know it, you're one of the better guards in the whole country.
I believe he was going to give the game away to focus on his career as a teacher. I think he just thought, maybe, you know what, I've gone as far as I think I feel like I'm comfortable going, and maybe that sort of life moment came back and he thought, you know what, why don't I go again and just build on the experience.
Man, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Sometimes when you're actually willing to acknowledge and just totally give it up altogether, and give yourself the freedom to maybe give one run at it and empty the tank, it looks like that's exactly what he's done.
Yeah, better off for it. The Rams certainly are. So is Tama Isaac. His brother Kai's not playing. But those young guards, you can just lean on Judd Flavel and Taylor Britt, Quinn Clinton, who played the guard spot as well, and Tama Isaac.
Yeah, that's a guard that's 1 year out of high school scoring over Dan Greeder like that, who's like one of the better defenders in this part of the world. That's I can't wait to see him play in university the next 4 years.
Tama Isaac, back-to-back under-20s champion MVP as well.
The thing you got to love about him, he's not like hanging his hat on scoring 30 miles. Like, he's trying to mark the other best guard. He rebounds, he shares the rock.
Rebound by Max Darling, excuse me. Yeah, you're right. He does everything. He fundamentally sound. That's what they like to say. It's Darling with the left hand, 2-foot plant. Strong finish from Max Darling.
He's so strong out. He looked like he's playing in third gear, Max. Just so strong and under control, and just like skittles off him, bouncing off him.
Hawks in a little bit of trouble here. Oh, Noah McDonald tied up his compatriot, and it's going to be Rams ball. That is great defense from Sean McDonald. And Sean McDonald, 25-year-old, was the most improved player in NBL 24 last season in Australia. Coming off a foot injury, a leg injury rather, and he started playing again, I believe it was in January. And he missed a large chunk of last year with an injury. And he's been terrific for them. He's averaging 21.8. And there is a nice pass from Darling to Pena, who left it short. And it's going to come off Bowen's hands, and it will be the Hawks' ball.
Yeah, what a great opportunity for Sean to come to a league like this and get his feet back under him. And he looks great right now, and I'm sure he's enjoying this run and will be looking to plug back into the ANBL and have another great season. Most improved is what an award, man, to acknowledge your work and getting better. So that's awesome.
Certainly is. Now here's Brandon Alston. Been quiet in this first quarter. Recently added in the last week or so is Lukey Yates. A couple of weeks rather for Alston and Lukey Yates. Good defense from Bowen. Cleans it up. Looks to run, does the point forward.
Yeah, they're happy to leave Bowen there playing one-on-one with Yates and see what he's got. And they won that battle. Oh, with the keep.
Bowen. Give me the continuation. It's waved off, of course. But we do have a foul. You can just see Swakalo Bullock owned up to that one. Kyle Bowen.
Man, what another pickup, Miles. Just a quiet kind of grafter, but talk about a guy that's got mad motor, defense, team guy, rebounds. You need a bucket, he'll get you one with his funky kind of little...
Oh! And his passing game.
We're old, bro, when we get excited for stuff like this, huh?
The floor is your friend.
Semi-pro.
Absolutely, but the on-ball, off-ball action from the Rams is gorgeous.
I'm playing safety.
Lukey Yates pulls the trigger. Oh, it's halfway down. Oh, great work, Jacob Murphy from the weak side.
He's athletic. I've seen him doing some crazy stuff in warm-ups as well.
Yeah, he is. Oh, tough play. Number 5, Taylor Britt. Yeah, Jacob Murphy, he's tough, man. There's Taylor Britt spinning.
He's tough on that spin. Lefties love that spin back, man. It's so tough to guard with the angles. It's like boxing a southpaw, constantly trying to figure out what's going on while you're getting whapped.
Taylor Britt averaging 16 points, 6 assists a game, just a couple of ticks over those averages. An 82% foul shooter from the Chemist Warehouse line. This is the first.
And Miles, talk about a defensive turnaround. They're not even in double digits yet, the Hawks at home, and they just turned it over off a baseline out of bounds, and there's almost 2 minutes left in this first quarter, so Rams jumping on them right now.
Reader questioning that.
You just threw that straight out, my boy.
Taylor Britt with the ball. Most outstanding New Zealand guard last season. Most improved player. All-Star 5 for last season as well. It was a year to remember for Taylor Britt.
Oh, stay down.
Walter Brown from the wing. A little strong. Lukey Yates again on the glass. Lukey Yates has been really good pulling down rebounds. I believe that's his 4th. He's already got 3 offensive rebounds. I remember his first defensive one. Good position on Bowen. No, who gets the flop warning, and Lukey Yates can't get that to go down. He's He's working hard as Lukey Yates.
He'll get him an O board, but unfortunately left a couple short there. I like him early on. Haven't seen a lot of him, Miles, but I like his energy, his length.
Yeah, born in Christchurch, actually.
Okay.
Grew up in Townsville.
He Māori? You want to come play for the Aotearoa Māori? Who's he whakapapa to?
That's a great question.
Yeah, oh, okay. Just throwing it out there.
You might need to hit up your mate who runs the Hawks.
I will.
Lukey Yates will head to the Chemist Warehouse strike. He's shooting 75% from the line. Had 11 and 8 against the Rams last weekend. This is the first. And this is going how I thought it might, to be honest, Lindsay. Like we talked about that. The Rams are going to come out.
You're right, Miles. Tell them this is
on.
what you said. This is exactly what you predicted, that they were going to turn things around, even though they're playing at home, the Hawks. And great call.
They would be happy with the way that they fought back against the Hawks, and got an offensive foul on the screen. I think it's Tohi Smith-Milner. They would have been disappointed in the way they had to win that game to let the Hawks come back into it. And they would be really disappointed in the 101 they leaked.
Yeah, and they're a competitive unit, man. You can see that they've responded, right? They're coming out and they're trying to make a point. They're trying to stomp on them early and put the foot on them and let them know.
We've seen that look in there. I remember that game we had with the Tuatara.
Yes.
At Event Finder over a month ago now.
We were trying to figure out what was going on, yeah.
And the Rams is Breeder on the break there, puts it up and in. They just came out and they just, I don't know, man, was the Tuatara saying things to them pre-game? What was going on? Because the Rams looked highly motivated to absolutely drill them.
Well, again, I think, they've played this team in the last 2 grand finals. You're coming up to the big smoke, and they know that there's a lot of talk, and there was new faces there with Hickey at the time, and they wanted to come out and let people know what time it was. They sure did.
There was a lot of talk, and it was coming from my mouth about how good Dave Hickey was. And they...
Likewise, and he is.
Yeah, but he's no longer in the league. They put the clamps on him, the Rams. He got so frustrated, did Dave Hickey. We didn't see him for the rest of the game.
No, yeah, you're right. At one point, he had enough.
Yeah, he asked for a sub, and we didn't see him for the rest of the game. Here's Greeter, though, touching the paint, and then Pena, I think, is going to be called for the foul there. This is a good response from the Hawks. They just need to control the pace here and try to stop and slow them down a little bit, the Rams, because once they cross half court, they know exactly what they're doing. They're on the same page.
You like that by Greeter, a little roadrunner catch and kind of forcing the issue, but knowing that Rams are about to be in the bonus, so just gets to the paint and a couple free throws, stop the clock, little huddle.
There's just 2 wins separating teams 3 through 8. Make it 9.
Super balanced. What is that, parity?
That is great parity.
Yeah, real balanced league, man. That's what you want in a league, right? To be competitive.
Like the Bulls are 9th at 7 and 9.
Yeah, you win a game, you jump to 4th or 5th.
And then the Jets are 8 and 5, and they're in 3rd.
Could go anywhere down the stretch here.
So it is, you just constantly have to refresh the ladder just to see how it all works out. Also, rapid league games will come into it as well with their points for and against counting to the standings of the Sales NBL. The points percentage will decide final positions as Sean McDonald steps back and snatches that one.
That was a nasty step back he just hit him with, Miles. Right in the corner too, great body control.
Nice look from Alston. And Britt is going to be called for a cheap foul.
I've got to say, very rarely do you see Taylor Britt respond to the referees, so yeah, he's kind of confused with that call.
I mean, it gets Taylor Britt, it gets a foul against his name, but I feel like we could just play on there and let Swakala Bullock get a
dunk.
A dunk, because he's 0 for 2 to start the game. You feel like he gets a nice one like that, he's away. He's going to earn it from the stripe. He knocks that down nicely.
Love his game.
Yeah, he's
wanting Swakala Bullock. A lot of winning, great defender on the boards.
I love the fact you brought up the winning, because he is the unique record of winning 4 straight NBL championships in Aussie for 3 different teams.
Man, that's so highly impressive. Yeah, to do that speaks a lot about not only his ability but his character.
He won with Illawarra last season. He's won 2 with Perth. He's won 1 with Sydney as well. Not in that order.
Documentary on him or something.
Yeah.
Man, what a run!
If you want to win a championship, sign that guy. Just tipped it in. Swakalo-Bola, because Hawks teammate from Illawarra. Not Hawke's Bay, not just Hawke's Bay, I should say, as we get to 3 seconds to go. Britt, that is his shot. That's the Taylor Britt zone, knocking it down. And they put 29 on the Hawks here at Rodney Green's arena. They are well in control. They lead by 15. And we'll take a break. They lead by 13, sorry, excuse me, but we'll take a break and we'll come back for the second quarter. Welcome back. Oh my, hook am I. Welcome back to Rodney Green's arena. Lindsay Tate just going through the stats in that break there. All thanks to the Chemist's Warehouse. Lindsay, what do you see from the Rams?
Yeah, the Rams lights out right now, Miles, shooting 61% from the field. 87% from 2, 40% from 3. Right now the O-board's keeping the Hawks in it. So big first quarter here from the Rams, coming out and imposing themselves on the road and bouncing back from a close one the last time that they met down in Christchurch.
Worryingly for the Hawks, they haven't been able to get a lot of offense out of Jackson Ball.
They're 0 for 5 right now as a group from the 3-point line, so they'll be looking to get going from the perimeter a little bit.
They've done a job on Jackson Ball. You can see Walter Brown just all over his Tall Blacks teammate. He's 0 for 1 in that first quarter.
Yeah, and I know anytime you're playing against one of these young guns and you're kind of an established pro, Miles, I know I'm going to come out here and try and shut him down and kind of, you know, let it be known.
Ball.
So you can see what they're trying to do.
That runner misses, but he's too strong on that one.
Great battle by Yates there, but I think he'll be called for the over the back.
There's the call. A little frustrated Jackson Ball on that one. But that won't stop him. He's got a great temperament. He just has a feel for the game that you can appreciate, Lindsay. Seen that maturation over the last couple of years.
Yeah, I really like his demeanor, you know. Sometimes when we're young, it's difficult to control those emotions and the ups and downs in a game of basketball that moves so quickly. But yeah, he stays really even keel, never too high, never too low, which is impressive.
McDonald, tough fall away with Swakalo-Bola in his grill.
They just stay up the court here with their pressure, the Rams. Relentless. Taking time off the clock every possession.
There's Alston.
Great D, man. They just don't stop on plays, run-ons.
Oh, my. Here's Greeter. Ooh. Challenged by Toddy Smith-Milner with the huge block.
Coach Gruden is not happy with that call. Great find.
Oh, great look. Tama Isaac gets the roll.
Just a half beat of argument there, and it cost them, and looks like they're getting
Quinn's getting talked to.
Okay, Quinn's getting talked to.
Quinn's
They're
getting
up by 20 right now, bro. What's going on?
Quinn's getting talked to, and they're just doing a job right now, Quinn.
I love it though, the young coach, you know, he just coaching what's in front of him. Obviously, he's not worried about the score or nothing. He just wants them to compete for every position from what I've seen.
You know that's coaching. Max
Absolutely.
Darling. That's a strong player from Dan Greeter's perspective to go at, and he gets tied up, but he will force the issue because he knows you get a guy going backwards with his skill set, Dan Greeter's skills, you can get yourself to the line like he is now.
He's tough on those catches, playing with pace downhill and just attacking those bigs and stopping the clock, getting to the line. Smart, veteran plays.
Leading the league in scoring for Sam Gruggan's Hawke's Bay Hawks, 25.7 is Dan Greeter. I talked about Jackson Ball's advanced shooting stats. His true shooting percentage, Dan Greeter, 70%, and his effective field goal percentage is 67. So effective field goal percentage is 2s and 3s. Basically just weighting the 3s because of the difficulty being further out. And the true shooting percentage combines all 3, including the free throws. So his advanced shooting stats really good as well.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Miles, another one that's worked back from some significant injuries over the last couple of years to make it to this level and be playing with this kind of energy.
2 ACL injuries.
Man, that's crazy. Salute, man, salute.
Yeah.
A lot of people would have, it's hard to make it back from 1, so yeah, that's really impressive.
It's great to have him in the Sal's NBL again last year with the Giants. In and out.
The championship with the Hawks, Wollongong Hawks.
Yeah, he spent 6 seasons there, 6 years at the Hawks, the 6'5" swingman. Smith Milner gets his own rebounds. Again, just great work on the glass from the #1 leading team on the offensive rebounders.
Oh,
Lucky Yates again.
I'm with Coach. That's.
He is. Lucky Yates is going to ask a question here.
Yeah, that's
he's
fair
fired up.
too. He looked like he didn't really play the ball there, Tohi. He just kind of threw him out of bounds.
Yeah, he took a chicken wing. A large Tohi Smith-Milner special in the ribs. That just proves that Yates is a problem on the glass for this one.
Yeah, there's a little frustration, little West Auckland. Peter Cameron would have been proud of that one.
You're from Avondale.
Yeah.
You're from Avondale, so you can speak to that.
Tohi from out there too.
Yeah. Lucky Yates, 8 rebounds in the game.
Active, great D.
Alston.
Ooh,
Great.
Tough puller.
Nice to see what Brandon Alston can bring to the table for the Hawks. And that looks good. Needs to get going, does the new import. No Darnell Cow at the big for Hawke's Bay. Went down about a month or so ago with a back injury by the looks. And they've had to sign Brandon Alston. So a timeout. It's time to get your deal from Sal's for this round. Large buffalo chicken pizza for $39.99. Use that QR code in the online code of Sal's Basketball 25. That's valid until Tuesday. Brandon Alston just come from Portugal. He's played in all over Europe: Georgia, Estonia, Finland, the Czech Republic, Germany, Romania.
Well, he's been up in Eastern Europe. It's,
Yeah.
whew, you got to really love basketball to be playing up there, Miles.
Yeah.
It's cold. Not just the weather.
Graduated from Georgia Tech with a master's in economics.
Okay. Count all that money.
And here is the Rams offense on show in this first half. Sean McDonald stepping back, knocking down the 3. They are, as they say, in their bag right now are the Canterbury Rams, shooting 60%. They're 10 of 12, as you pointed out, from 2. 4 of 11 from deep. They have 14 rebounds, 8 assists, just the 1 assist on the 7 made field goals for the Hawks, who are shooting 29% in the half. It's tough sledding out there. All stats thanks to the Chemist Warehouse, the official stats partner of the Sal's NBL.
If these stats are correct, Lucky Yates has got 2 fouls right now, so he'll have to be careful not to pick up a 3rd early here in the second quarter. He's super valuable with the size of the Rams and how effective they are on the boards and damage he's doing himself.
He stepped up in the absence of Coward on the glass. He's got 6 points, 8 rebounds in this half.
If I'm the
McDonald.
Rams, I'm going to run stuff at Yates and try and get him sitting down for the next 6-7 minutes.
That's just a great move from Sean McDonald. 1-on-1.
Rams guards are so effective.
Going back to that zone
Yep.
action. Swakala Bullock with the move, front of the rim.
Exactly the result the Rams would want, a long contested three. They just keep controlling the pace here.
Oh, Greta cheats. Will they make them pay? Oh, he misses that one.
It looked like it's going in even when it misses.
It does, you're right. Jackson Ball picks up his dribble. Just probably needs to take it right into the chest of the defense, perhaps with another dribble.
You're right, Miles. That's a young shot, you know what I mean? What you would expect, just trying to get himself going, but kind of get away with those ones in high school, but at this level, you're probably not. That's a tough shot to make over a guy like Max Darling.
He's got a strong frame. Swakala Bullock gets the roll. He goes down. Greta helps him up. And Jackson Ball does the right thing for the Hawks there, who are struggling to get back, and picks up a foul at half court. That's just the second team foul for the Hawks. That's how many the Rams have in this quarter, with 6:33 to go in the half.
Yeah, and Wani there with the cheeky little push shot, but that's what the Rams do off makes even. They push and turns into a foul on Jackson Ball, one of their better guards. So always keeping you on their back foot, the Rams. Horns pinned down. Oh, just space here for the wing on ball with Walter Brown and McDonald, who's been cooking.
Oh my. Oh my goodness. Sean McDonald is feeling himself in the second quarter here. He is in his bag.
Man, he looked like my man from the Pacers.
Oh, Halliburton. Siakam. Name them. Yates on the reverse.
Ooh.
Pretty from Lukey Yates. That brings him up to 8 points, 8 rebounds.
Right foot, right hand, reverse spin.
Britt
Yates.
stepping back. A rare elbow two miss from Taylor Britt. Here comes Greta. Sees a double. Swakala Bullock with clear air. And he can't knock it down. Swakala Bullock just 21% from deep.
Greta plays with great pace and energy, man. He's definitely the motor of this group.
They're not a great three-point shooting team coming into this game, are the Hawks. Just 7th in percentage. Tick under 32% on the season collectively. And at the moment, they are looking, they've been 0 for 9 in this half. Jackson Ball, tough shot, goes down. Rams, here they come. It's a 3-on-2. Darling in the middle. McDonald, nice catch.
Was a nice catch. He
Right.
shot that thing like Bogdanovich.
He did, right in his action, and it's a foul going the other way though. Taylor Britt will pick that up. That's his second foul for Taylor Britt. 39-24.
Man, you were talking about Mumbo number 5 before, Miles. They playing Diddy now, bro. That's worse. They're in this zone here, the Rams, to change subject.
They played Mumbo number 5 during rapidly. It did not work. Treacher, Kau Treacher. Gruggan goes to the young guns off the bench, and Treacher knocks that down.
Yeah, young Kohurangi Treacher, local product out of Eastern Arizona University. He's back for a short period here. He can really shoot that thing.
Stays with the Rams. Kyle Bowen, the Australian, back in the game. Tama Isaac, brother of Kyan.
Wide open. Man,
Sean McDonald, he's 3 of 4 in the last couple of minutes.
that was a layup.
Absolutely. Sean McDonald now has 15 points in the half. He leads all scorers.
They stay in this zone.
It's working for them.
Yeah, it's a really interesting zone if you watch the bumps on it. Kind of like a 3-2.
Kind of looks like a 1-2-2
Yeah,
at
kind
times
of.
as
They
well.
kind of rotate it.
Up high. Again, Greta goes for the steal.
Oh, oh.
Nice look to Walter Brown. Good hands from, I believe, Murphy. Might be Treacher.
You can just see by the way that McDonald's kind of handling the ball right now that he's got a lot of confidence with his little touch passes and the pop that he's got on his moves. Things are coming to him easy. A nice rhythm.
Pena.
It's the second time they've given up that baseline corner three. Just losing vision on the corner there, the Hawks.
14 is the
Good
lead.
rip.
Treacher, he's been good off the bench in the last couple of minutes for Sam Gruggan.
I like that by Kahu, you know, that'll be the next part of his game, you know, getting comfortable with those, getting into the paint, playing strong off 2 feet like that. He's part of the New Zealand 19 group that is about to head to a world championship shortly. Got named to that team.
That's a pretty stacked team. Kyle Treacher, Michigan
It is a pretty
first.
stacked team.
No Kaya Isaac for the Rams as well, by the way. No Campbell Scott either. He's on New Zealand 3x3 duty, and Kaya has injured his ankle. Treacher makes the second. 6'5" guard. Kaya Treacher is probably a swingman now from Auckland Grammar. So he's one of your guys.
I worked with him briefly, yeah, but Kahu's been over in the States now for at least a couple years playing his trade stateside. He went early, very talented young athlete. Man, yeah. Sometimes I think about the kids if I still had them, Miles. That'd be fun.
Bowen.
Oh, damn! I thought they were gonna call a carry. That was like a move I would have tried.
No, I think Kobe Carter got him before the elongated dribble.
Yeah.
It's the 4th team foul for the Hawks. Brown and deep. Bowen. Kyle Bowen finds Brown. Oh, nice finish, Walter Brown.
Kind of look like just somehow they're just bullying them there. They're not bigger than them, but they're way quicker to the ball right now. And here's the zone again. Just got them playing east to west. Very little penetration.
Jackson Ball. Welcome to the game, young man, with a deep 3.
And again, big hit, but a long contested 3 if you're the Hawks. It's a tough one to hang your hat on.
Sean McDonald on the wing. Treacher on him, driving, finding Pena. Puts it up, can't get the roll. This is good activity from Kahu Treacher. Here come the Hawks. Alston.
To 10 here or even 9.
Blocked by Bowen. Good hustle from Kyle Bowen.
Not the prettiest right now, Miles, but they're hanging around the Hawks at home. Just keeping it close.
Yes, good from them. It's what they needed to do. You can't get it back all at once.
Taylor Britt coming in here for Bowen, so kind of size discrepancy there, just matching up.
Alston.
To a small ball.
To Ball. Murphy for 3.
That's a win for the Rams.
Certainly is. With due respect to Jacob Murphy, they'll live with that 3.
They keep this pace, the Rams. Just keep rolling through. Bowen got the mismatch here inside. Great find there by Brown.
Murphy ties him up.
Like that about Bowen too. You see, he doesn't mind a little bit of bump around and bang around, but he doesn't complain about it. He's got a bit of Nick Barrow to him. Just kind of like keeps it moving. He'll give it, but he'll take it as well.
Absolutely. Bowen on the handoff. And we've got an offensive foul. Jacob Murphy tying him up. Good work from...
I don't think they'll call that in the NBL, to be honest with you. Not
No.
to you know.
I know what you mean.
So that's a tough one.
It is a tough one, but it has been a point of emphasis over the last couple of seasons. Just how that on-ball action works with the pivot and the hip swing.
Yeah, the movement. Yeah.
Yeah, the movement of it has just been hindering defensive players too much in the eyes of the officials.
And at the highest level, you're constantly pushing that line, right, Miles? Like, man, I caught some of that NBA game yesterday, the finals, and it was crazy, the contact that they were playing with. It was amazing. It was like a contact sport almost.
In all my years, I've just watched a lot of NBA because it's an excuse to call it a job. And it has been, these playoffs have been just so physical. 10 is the lead now.
Yeah, when was the last time you've seen at that level, like them extending full court defenses and, you know, playing 9-10 guys? It's been fun to watch, man.
But trying to fight through those on balls as well, that's been really physical. They've let it go, and I kind of like it.
Can you imagine trying to referee that?
No, absolutely not. Treacher misses a 3. That would have been great if the Hawks could get this to single digits with 1:10 to go.
So that breakers transaction here for the Rams, and
Happy to work the shot clock down. It's to 10
Britt
now.
likes this.
He does.
The young Kahu blow by.
Oh, and one.
And working with the young fella, that's probably his work on, you know, sitting down and guarding those perimeter guys. And as a point guard, you know, Taylor there can pick his poison. Do I try and wet him up from 3, or do I get to the cup? And he got right to his strong left hand as well. Preferably shade him back to his right, but easier said than done.
You're listening to one of the best to ever do it, and Lindsay Tate, 7-time NBL champion, Tall Blacks legend. And we got a sub on the make. Both teams have their player timeouts for this first half as well.
And to continue to speak to their depth, Sean McDonald will come in for Taylor Britt to end the quarter.
just like that. Out there with him is Darling, Brown, Isaac, and Penner.
3 Tall Blacks,
Yeah.
1 Boomer.
And an import.
Yeah, who comes in about 8th man for them right now.
Alston.
Great D.
Can't get it going. Here comes McDonald. They push for a 2-for-1 opportunity.
Okay.
And it's going to be a long shot, long rebounds. Tama Isaac still going for that 2-for-1 a little bit. Greeter with the rebounds. Can they get it to 10? Difference of around 2.5 seconds between the game clock and the shot clock.
They'll just flatten out here for Jackson. Little pin down, Kahu into the middle on ball.
Swakala bullet travelled.
Sideline.
Oh, he stepped out. Sam Grogan just checking if the line
He
moved.
said he did the Ray Allen. He held his heel up.
He did. He did say that, didn't he? The yellow rope game.
Ooh, yeah. Timeout.
Maybe do that in the halftime break. Google Ray Allen yellow rope game for that. So we do have a timeout with 10.3 to go. It's not the BNZ player timeout, it's a full timeout.
I think Quinn called that one there for the last 10. Rams will try and draw something up to end the quarter.
It's been a low scoring affair for the Hawks here, but they have done a decent job in the second half to not let the game get away on them. You have to say, even though they are up 13, and you get your merch through that QR code if you like what you see on the players. And in the Rapid League game, they've got a different set of unis, the City Edition unis. Canterbury Rams rolling the Flint Tropic themed semi-pro unis last week against the Hawks, and it was it's great to see.
It's been an interesting second quarter, Miles. If you're just watching it without looking at the scoreboard, kind of the feel is that the Rams are up by a lot more, the way they're playing with the freedom. But like you said, for them to keep it this close up to halftime has actually been pretty impressive by the Hawks. I couldn't actually tell you how they did it. Just kind of hung around.
They've been good on the glass. I think that's been the thing with Lukey Yates. Is he sits though, and McDonald can't get that, and it's waved off on the pen of flip up and in, and it won't count. So they managed to survive that flourish. It's still a double-digit lead, but it is 13. The Rams and the Hawks have 17 apiece in the second quarter, but it will be the Rams who will walk off the floor at halftime with a 13-point advantage, 46-33. It's half-time at Rodney Green Arenas, and it's problematic for the Hawks in their offense. Just 33 points in that first half. And it's been a clinic by the Rams. Sean McDonald got free, got loose in the second quarter. Taylor Britt just doing Taylor Britt things. Tahi Smith-Milner started the game hot. And those are your three leading scorers for the game. It hasn't been shooting of the highest caliber for the Hawks. As well as we go into the assists, Bowen and McDonald sharing the ball around. Alston with 2 assists. They lack a true point guard, do the Hawks, to be honest. And it hasn't been a flowing offense. Mookie Yates actually has 7 rebounds. They've taken a rebound off him at halftime, but he's been the one guy keeping them in it. And on the glass, hasn't he, Lindsay Tate?
Yeah, the feel is, the eye test to me kind of says it's the discrepancy is bigger than 13 points right now, but if you had to put it down to anything, it's kind of like Yates and the energy on the board that's kept the Hawks in this thing right now at home. And 13 is a very manageable score to chip away at and give yourself a chance to whittle down.
Well, the 2 leading scorers for the Hawks, Jackson Ball and Dan Greta, are combined 2 for 6 for Ball and 2 for 9 for Greta. So it's 4 for 15. Coupled with Alston going 1 for 5. And Swakalo Bullock 1 for 5.
And you can see these Rams, this Rams crew, they may not look like it aesthetically, but they're a very proud, competitive group. And there's been a lot of smoke around some of these young boys, especially the likes of Jackson Ball, and for good reason. But if you know that type of competition, they're coming out here and trying to prove a point and locking him down and making him earn everything, which they've done early in this game.
We'll take a break here at Rodney Green Arenas. Half-time, and the Hawks needing to get a win to stay in touch and stay in the 6. Teams all around them hunting for their spot. The Rams just doing Rams things and rolling on into June. We'll take a break. We'll be back soon. Welcome back, everybody. And half-time almost over at Rodney Green Arenas. I do that every now and again, my bad. Andrew Mulligan, Lindsay Tate for this one. Lindsay, half-time come and gone for the Hawks. What do you expect them to do in the third quarter to try and rein in this 13-point Canterbury Rams lead?
I mean, big thing they're going to have to do is look at controlling the pace of the Rams with their defense, and obviously that'll tie into the way that they control the boards or impose themselves on the boards, and it's going to be tougher than it is to just talk about, but that's going to have to be a big focal point for them right now. They've done a decent job of looking after the ball this half, but the other thing is it doesn't hurt Miles when a few of these shots go on, and neither team really shooting it great from the perimeter, so it'd be great to see some of these shooters get loose in the second half.
Absolutely. They need to knock down their long ball. That is for sure for the Hawks to reel this back in. They had an opportunity. They had it at 10 at one point.
I mean, they're 4 for 18. Oh, sorry, they're 2 for 13 right now from the three-point line, which in 2025, it's such a focal point in scoring. It's difficult to win games that way.
Biggest lead for the Rams was 17. Sean McDonald rightly leading the MVP voting at halftime. You can have your say through mixandpick.com or use that QR code. It's cold out on the streets for the Hawks at the moment.
Yeah,
Lindsay
nobody
Tate.
down there. Napier got the pick and mix right now. Come on, get their Fano. Just get in there. Basquetbol, get these young boys some votes.
Look at Yates, give him some love.
Yeah, you're right.
He's working on a double-double at halftime.
You're saying off air, Miles, he was with the Hawks as a DP player, which makes sense when you watch him rock.
So him, Wani, and Dan,
okay,
Wani Swakala Bullock and Dan Greta, his teammates, those three involved with the Illawarra Hawks.
That's some great chemistry.
ANBL champion Illawarra Hawks, certainly is. And then on the flip side, you've got Kyle Bowen, who was with Melbourne United, who the Hawks defeated in the ANBL Game 5 series. 5-game series rather, Game 5 in Illawarra, the Coronation.
Pretty, hopefully they understand each other's strengths and weaknesses pretty well then.
Absolutely.
Beating each other up for 5 games?
Yeah. Sean McDonald.
What a series, man.
Yeah, what a series. That was fantastic. Sean McDonald plays for the Jack Jumpers. Walter Brown has played for the Jack Jumpers. And
they won a title together as well, right?
Yep. And Tahi Smith-Milner plays for the Brisbane Bullets. Taylor Britt is going to play for the Breakers. He's played for the Perth Wildcats as a development player.
Max Darling
played for the Breakers last season.
Kaya Isaac
played for the Breakers last season. There's a lot of talent in this game right now. We're underway. Britt with the ball. Alston on him. He's come from Portugal. Answered the call. They released Darnell Coward after a back injury, and Walter Brown just gets to the rim, puts it off the glass and in. Pretty easy for the Rams out of that one.
Another nice little first play there from the Rams, and want to get Walter Brown going. Easy little rip to a strong right hand for a layup. They got a nice duck in for Tohi to start the game there. So
to the untrained eye like mine, Lindsay Tate, as we have an offensive foul on the screen. Basquetbol a little bit. The Rams, they run that play. They make it look so easy. Now, is the Hawke's Bay defense a little bit passive? Or is it just
a lot of it
is,
some of it is lost to the eye, right? Like the spacing, the timing, the intricacies of it. But yeah, part of it is on, the coverages as well of the Hawks. They were quite passive in that, which again allows them to get right to the cup like that for an easy lay-in. I don't think it's fair for you to say that you've got an untrained eye, Mouse. You've watched more basketball than most basketball guys.
Luca Yates on the follow. As Dan Greta goes down, pops back up. Luca Yates has been the shining light for the Hawks. Walter Brown's had a good start to this game again. He likes this matchup on his Tall Blacks teammate in Jackson Ball, but it's McDonald finding Darling. And then it's just too easy for the Rams to start this third quarter. They've got the Hawks in a lot of trouble here. And Jackson Ball will commit the foul, and Darling gets the and-one.
And Walter Brown is nicely going at Jackson Ball, Miles, as he should. I guess he could see he's someone who's going to be in his position the next couple of years coming through. And at both ends of the court, he's going at him, which is exactly what you're supposed to do. Man, when I was in that position, you're coming after these young boys, and vice versa, because they're coming after you.
I don't want to get you to name names, but you've had some guards come for the crown.
It's all part of the game, right? Like you start as the guy that's chasing somebody, and then if you're lucky enough to hang around long enough, you catch them and you become the guy, and then before you know it, your job is to keep them, fend them off and keep them at bay as long as you can.
Teach them as much as you know, but
Yeah,
hopefully
and
they'll
then
take your spot.
no lie, if you're really lucky, you actually get to a point where you get to mentor them and teach them and be a veteran for a couple of years, but not everyone gets that luxury.
Here come the Hawks. Swakala Bullock to the cup and in. Good defense leads to trans offense.
And that's where he's at his best. They're playing in trans with that athleticism. Finish at the ring, easy. The ball just moves, like you said, Mal, so effortlessly with this group. And there's Tohi with another wide open rhythm catch and shoot three. Way too much airspace for one of the best pick and pop bigs in this part of the world.
It's surgical at the moment to begin the third quarter. Greater though, he'll knock down the 3 ball, and it was the biggest lead of the game at 19. It's now to 16. Ty Smith-Milner from deep. Almost got a wedgie.
And even if you're playing Greeter for the drive, that's way too much airspace for him. He's leading the league in scoring right now with Hickey not being in the comp, and they're gapping him, but you've at least got to carry a hand.
Swakala Bullock. Great defense from Britt. Swakala Bullock looks injured on that one. Greeter ties up Darling.
Man, they let Max get beat up.
Yes. He got beat up in Rapid League as well, Max.
And he's got a lovely temperament. Can you imagine if he lashed out?
Yeah, Greeter tied him up like.
And they got the ball.
He got him in a figure 4 arm lock.
I think even Greeter loved that
Yeah.
call. Figure 4 arm lock. He put him in a sharpshooter.
Yeah. Darling got scratched on the shoulder. He got poked in the nose, I think. He took something to the face in Rapid League.
Greeter on those catches is tough, man. He just rips.
Holds his ground though, does Darling on that one. Makes it awkward for Greeter. McDonald, oh, that's a great find to Ty Smith-Milner. Timeout, Gruggan. The lead is 18, and they've just been swamped here to begin the third quarter. Barely 3 minutes gone, and the Rams just come out and do a job on them out of halftime. And you can do a job for dinner by getting yourself a large buffalo chicken pizza for $39.99. Use that QR code, and the online code is SalesBasketball25. Tell you what, Wham's jitterbug isn't going to help the Hawks here.
Your body language wasn't great headed into that timeout. You know, timely timeout, but again, time to reset, draw a line in the sand, and they've got to come out here and do something a little bit different, or they're going to get overwhelmed real quick.
All due respect to the Hawks Bay Hawks, but they don't deserve to get many votes at the moment for your game MVP, the way they started this third quarter. I'm still surprised Lukey Yates isn't there. But this Rams team, these two teams went at it a week ago at Cal Stadium. We talked about it earlier. It was 105-101 to the Rams. The Hawks had the game at times. Rams fought back, did the job down the stretch, got the win. But Jackson Ball, he had 25 in the game. Dan Greeter had 26. He had 15 rebounds, Dan Greeter, in that game.
And respectfully, Miles, I've been lucky enough to be a part of some successful groups, and often in wins like that, when you've had a lot of success, you don't even, it doesn't feel like a win. You don't treat it like a win. And it looks, that's exactly what these guys have done. They've kind of know that they've got a lot more. It wasn't a winning effort, even though they won, so they've responded tonight so far.
Greeter off the Yates, missed alley-oop, and Greeter works his way in. I feel like we're going to get a Dan Greeter explosion here at some point. Maybe not now, maybe we will. But Dan Greeter does take the game over at times. He looks to go.
Well, there's 16 minutes left, so now's the time.
Greeter, you don't want hero ball, and Dan Greeter certainly doesn't play hero ball, but somebody needs to do something. Is it Jackson Ball? And it's not going to be that shot to trigger something. The lead, it stays at 16.
This is where they get you, the Rams. Just when they've been playing with crazy pace, they slow it down when you're on a run and get real specific with their executions.
It's
just constantly messing with you.
McDonald's threes in and out. Tapped away by Max Darling with a strong finish. Their offense, even though that was opportunistic from the Rams, it's great hustle. It's just metronomic. It really is.
I don't even know what metronomic is, but I agree. That did look metronomic.
It's rhythmic. It's Yates. Yeah.
Even the misses look like they're rhythm misses. The rebounders know where the shots are coming from. They're on the same page, absolutely.
Like even in their half-court set, these set up perimeter passes as we go into a one-on-one move from Walter Brown. Can't get the roll, but it's Ty Smith-Milner getting the and one. She just stood there and it fell to him.
I don't think he jumped on that play.
I don't
it was
think
like a grapple move.
He doesn't have to.
No, he had the little guard on him down there. And again, smart play, you know, often as guards, we look to make that entry pass down there low, Miles, but it's just as valuable to put that thing on the ring. And if the basketball doesn't go in, you know your big's got a better chance than the guard of getting that offensive board anyhow.
This is now the biggest lead of the game for the Rams.
A couple of changes here for the Hawks. Young Kahu Treacher and Jacob Murphy checking in to try and change the pace of this game.
Now they extend the pressure on the make.
Turning up that heat with the young boys in.
Treacher and Murphy with good energy off the bench in the second quarter though. Yates. Let's get Luca Yates going, says Sam Gruggan and the Hawks. Move.
Nice move.
Oh, too strong, Luca. Unlucky.
He's had some beautiful moves in there, a couple of them being strong today, Miles, but nice spin. Oof.
Ty! Absolutely hammered by Murphy and Greta. And Jacob Murphy says he'll take the foul. And I don't believe he's convinced them enough. It will be Greta's foul.
Heads up play by Murphy there, trying to take the foul.
You admire that from the guy off the bench.
Absolutely, man. Heads up, it's smart. It actually gets you more minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, he tried his best.
Yep, thinking the game.
It's 21, almost 22, but in and out. 21 coming out of half-time. A 17-9 run. They had 17 in the second quarter to the Rams, and they put 17, make it 18 now in 5 minutes and 3 seconds.
And as aggressive as they've been, the Hawks are in the bonus for the rest of the quarter, but the Rams are yet to commit a foul this quarter, I believe, which is just a little statistic for you all at home.
Jackson Ball. That's what we want to see from Jackson Ball.
That's their best offense right now, Miles. The hard rip catch from the wing for a drive. Like that little roadrunner catch. Little zone action here.
Great point, Lindsay Tate.
2-3 from the Hawks, just changing up this look.
And turnover.
Just that different look there, kind of bogged them down and turned them over. Hawks will take that at this stage of the game.
This is a must-win game for the Hawks. They have a 5-game stand as Darling puts Murphy down. He wants the flop warding on Jacob Murphy. This is a tough stretch though, as Greta has a tough block from Carl Bowen.
They just space it and play downhill hard.
Pena, he stepped out of bounds, had it blocked, and the Hawks get a stop. But for the Hawks, who are currently in 6th spot, they'll go to 7 and 9 if they can't win this game. It's not terminal, but currently the Bulls are 9th at 7 and 9. And Hawke's Bay's points percentage will drop, so they'll probably head to 9th. And if they win, they'll go to 8 and 8. And they'll move up to 5th spot. So a lot with the Phi, who play tomorrow against the Tuatara. Phi had a great win last night against the Giants, and that's just too slow, too static for the Hawks.
You're right, Luca played off about 3 dribbles there without really moving. Bowen just crept up on him and took his cookies easy.
Britt, Buffalo Bullet, pulls it back, just giving him space. He's so in command of his game, is Taylor Britt on the offensive end.
Great body control, deceleration. He just stops on a dime.
Murphy.
Great finish.
Nice finish. Good strong dribble. Jacob Murphy with a bucket off the bench.
Max Darling there with the guard switch. They missed him.
He and Murphy are having a great battle. Britt. Murphy. Jacob Murphy's in everything off the bench at the moment, making most of the minutes.
A lot of grit and energy, man. They need that out there right now, the Hawks.
Treacher on the baseline. Darling tries to hold him with his hip. He gets him with the foul. So the baseline ball for the Hawks. Already have 4 team fouls. And here come Walter Brown and Sean McDonald. Tama Isaac, brother Kai out with an injury. Oh, it's a shooting foul. I thought it was on the floor, but Treacher will head to the line to shoot 2. Just the first team foul for the Rams. (64-47). Here's Sean McDonald.
Great pocket pass.
Murphy and Bowen reacquaint themselves.
And they're really getting whatever they want. Like their pace, there's very little resistance. It's nice to watch, but would be great to see the Hawks turn up the heat a little bit right here. It's such an important game for the Mouse. Difficult to do when you're in the bonus, though, I will say that. They've got to play the next 2.5 minutes pretty clean. Otherwise, every time they foul, the Rams will be at the line shooting. Bowen got great hair.
Yeah, great hair.
Like Matthew McConaughey in one of their movies, he had great hair.
Great hair, great mustache, great combo. Funky looking release. The left hand leaves early, but it works on that one.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how it looks, it's whether or not it goes in or not.
They're just staying up the court here, just constantly taking time off the clock on all these setups for the Hawks. And just like that, that's 15 seconds before they get their first entry pass.
Great work from Treacher off the Swakalo bullet miss. Timeout. Quinn Clinton, as Taylor Britt talks about the attention he's received, and the Canterbury Rams need to have a bit of a chat.
Coach Quinn Clinton wasn't happy with that offensive rebound there, and again, that's just kind of like the standards that they're holding themselves to.
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you get to the point where, no lie, if you're blowing teams out, Miles, and you want to keep growing and getting better, you've got to forget about the score. See John Riley in the background there.
Oh,
legend of the game.
With his arms crossed, drinking the...
Probably thinking, why am I not sitting behind the Rams bench right now? No, he was a man. Talk about someone that could fill it up, Miles.
Yeah, he could fill it up. John Riley.
Head coach of the Perth Wildcats.
Certainly.
Down here doing some scouting.
There's plenty of talent to scout in this game. A lot of Aussie NBL talent.
Also heavily connected to the US system, so I'm sure he's checking out the young Jackson Balls and Tama Isaacs of the world.
Was he at Boise?
I believe he had a stellar career at one of those universities, yeah.
I think he coached at Boise. I'll have to look that up.
He played over there for sure, and coached as well before he came back to Players Trade, obviously in the ANBL. I remember him coming through, man. He was one of the first dudes I seen talk trash to Jeff Green. That's how I knew he was fearless.
Back underway out of that timeout.
Oh man, Taylor Britt just straight down for a left-hand layup and one. That's just too easy. And again, it's subtle, but the spacing, the timing, the setup just allows them basically to play one-on-one with a whole lot of time and space, and just too skilled. Chance to bump this thing out to 20 points.
So Taylor Britt at the line. Sam Gruggan now with the Taipans as an assistant coach to Adam Ford, who's come back to the Taipans, have moved away from the community-based ownership. More private equity, which means more availability to hire and sign, as Jackson Ball will head to the line.
Both teams playing off that kind of, they center that big and use him as a screener or a facilitator. And Jackson Ball, nice catch playing downhill. Get a couple free throws, missed a little put shot, but we'll get a couple free throws here. Always nice to see the ball go in the ring when you're having a tough night and getting a lot of attention. Nice way to get yourself going.
Inside to Bowen.
Great cut.
Pena, and one.
Man, he's strong, Pena. He's, again, I didn't realize how athletic he was, and then watching him in warm-ups, he was doing all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah, CJ Pena, like, to convince a guy, an import, to remain on the bench is impressive, but also you just need to appreciate, if you're CJ Pena, the environment you've been brought into.
For sure, but I mean, hats off to him too, Miles. You know, he's coming down to a place like New Zealand where, you know, if you're from the States or whatever, you'd probably be assuming that if they're going to bring you all the way down here, you'll be starting. But yeah, shout out to him, man, in regards to, he obviously knows he's playing with some guys that can ball no matter where you come from, and it hasn't affected his energy or production whatsoever. This is going to be something that'll help him go on to another role with another team, I'm sure, with the way he's playing and the winning and the stats he's putting up.
Well, he already is coming off a winning season last year in Sweden, where he was a champion.
He's winning if he's playing in Sweden.
You
You seen the females up there, bro?
He's playing for the Dolphins. Bowen's back at the line. I mean, CJ Pena, he's averaging 17.5 and 7.5 rebounds off the bench, shooting 57%. 25-year-olds
out in front of the league by a fair margin right now.
Greater on the miss, grabs the board.
So interchangeable, the Rams as well. They can switch their guards and their bigs in a lot of actions, even if they need to.
Just disregard the Sam Gruggan info about the Taipans. It's old info on my behalf, so apologies. John Riley's no doubt good an eye on the Aussies in the game as well, and on the benches is Bowen downed again, and this time it's 23 the lead.
As they do, just slowly breaking teams and wearing them down. It's starting to really loosen up right now, and for the Hawks defensively.
Greeter pulls it back.
There's just one out. Just, you know, it's a tough one. They're kind of spacing the court, Miles, and just trying to play one-on-one out of those wing slot positions with a lot of traffic and not having a lot of love. Well, the opposite.
Taylor Britt with a smile on his face. To the Chemist Warehouse line.
Taylor Britt got another left-hand layup, guys.
Just FYI, yeah. He likes the left.
So he can shoot threes, and Taylor can do pretty good left-hand layups.
Murphy and Treacher have given the Hawks good minutes off the bench, and they'll take a seat.
Max Starling and Walter Brown just checked back into the game, Miles.
Yeah, that's handy. Britt, nothing but net. It's 25 now.
If you're Luka Yates, man, it's like, it's tough, right? When you're down there and like, okay, you're battling kind of two of them, and then the other two go catch their breath, and then they come, Pena comes in. It's like, man. And
they've released down our coward as well, the big, so.
Then you're dealing with a couple of fouls, you know, so you can't be as aggressive, and before you know it, it's a 25-point game.
So yeah, the workload is tougher for the big when you lose a big. The Swakala Bullet does well.
Real quiet night for Alston tonight. He's struggled, unfortunately, to get himself going in this game.
Just 2 points, 1 for 5 for Brandon Alston. Just his third game for the Hawks. Signed a couple of weeks ago. Tough sledding for Dan Greeter. He's 4 for 15. He's got 13 points. Swakala Bullock at the line. He's 2 for 9 from the floor. Jackson Ball, 9 points, 3 for 9.
And what's been tough for all of them is a lot of the actions have been relatively static, like in regards to not a lot of ball movement previous, which means you're kind of attacking a loaded defense that's already a solid defense. So potentially a little bit more ball movement to loosen them up before they attack. Problem is, when you're chasing a deficit like this, everyone, well, in general, a lot of people are forcing things with good intent. Last possession here for the Rams. National team point guard controlling the duties up top. Get that switch. Man, that's a left-hand layup,
it's just automatic.
How does he do that to someone that big?
It's just automatic at the moment for Taylor Britt and the Canterbury Rams. The lead has swelled to 25. 10 minutes and it'll all be over for the Hawks unless they can come up with something. And at the moment, it doesn't look likely, unfortunately. We'll be back after the break. Fourth quarter about to get underway. Sam Gruggan and the Hawke's Bay Hawks looking to close a 25-point lead by the Rams here. These two teams played a week ago. It was 105-101 to the Rams at Cal Stadium. Much different story this time around. 7 days. And it's going to be a Tama Isaac 3. That's off the rebound to Lukey Yates. Lukey Yates now with a double-double. 10 points, 10 rebounds.
Close to a must-win here for the Hawks. Miles coming down the stretch of the season. 25-point ball game. Really stylistically going to have to make some changes defensively to turn up the heat. Otherwise, this thing's over.
McDonald operating with Bowen. Pretty nice piece. The ball from Alston. It's going to be Hawks ball.
They just keep that pressure on here, the Rams, as they do, just killing you softly. Almost every time that the Hawks are making their entry into their offense, and this will be like the quickest they've done it, they're already at, what, 15 seconds? 14, 13, not one pass has been made yet. First pass at 8 seconds.
Now it's
and then
5.
they're pretty much playing ones. Which again, you know, you get a score, but I don't think they're going to bridge the gap playing in that style and with that pace. And defensively, no extension or nothing, just kind of falling back right here.
Pena knocks down a 3. CJ Pena off the bench and getting the job done. He's got 5 now. And that's a 6-3 in the game for the Rams. Greeter over Darling.
Happy to give him that long contested 2, and you can see he's visibly frustrated right now, Greeter.
Tama Isaac off the glass and in.
That's a strong guard right there. Like, that's playing with pace downhill, and to have the ability to absorb contact from a great defender and still finish with that type of touch off the glass is impressive.
Back-to-back National Under-20s MVP Tama Isaac off the bench and creating for the Rams. That is impressive. 6 points heading to the Chemist Warehouse stripe to go for number 7.
Close to a 30-piece here. for the Rams.
He had a 25-point triple-double in the semi under 20s recently. I mean, a 21, 9, and 15 assist game in the final over Hawke's Bay's under 20 team.
And no lie, they had to pull the pin relatively early in that one, Miles. It was a beat down by halftime, respectfully, because again, Hawke's Bay had a great tournament, man. They've done a great job with that program and those young men, and it's shown in the school space and in the rep space, and the way that it's transferred over to them, making it into the Rapid League.
Leaders balloon to 29. Penner. Oh, CJ Penner. So what if he comes off the bench?
And off the ball there, you could see a little pin down screen and way too much separation from Jackson Ball there, and he was wide open on that catch and shoot three.
Offensive foul on the screen. Kobe Carter. Jackson Ball's wondering what happened.
That's, like you said, Miles, earlier, an emphasis point that they've been making on these interactions of illegal screens, and partly the screener's fault potentially, but sometimes the guards leave early and we put the screener in a difficult position. Is that a technical foul maybe here, Miles? Why they're
I might have missed that.
strolling down to the other end for free throws?
Yeah, someone's picked up a technical foul.
A little bit of frustration.
Find out who's that on is the technical foul shot's made. Sean McDonald was impressive in the first half. It's just stretches, these guys off the Rams. There's no one guy. They just really, whoever is feeling hot, they work towards. See, this is Penner's time now. He knocks down 2 threes. He gets a good look there, misses that one. Lead is 33. Swakala Bullock.
They've got 7 players right now, anywhere between 7 points and 19, which in basketball terms is another way of saying you're super duperly balanced.
Yes.
Because then you've got other guys that will just chip in with like a little Kyle Bowen's got 4 points for them right now.
Yeah.
On 2 shots.
Kyle?
On 2 shots, and he's good. Like, he's fully been a presence in the game.
Oh,
His
absolutely.
energy hasn't shifted at all.
He's got 4, 4, and 4.
Yeah, he's a Rapid League triple-double without even trying.
He is a Rapid League 5, triple 5.
But again, just a testament to their, not to sound like a broken record, but it's hard to not speak on anything else when you keep seeing these kind of performances time and time and again, their depth and quality right now.
Ball, contested 3. Smith Milner with the rebound.
They're not letting the young boy getting anything off clean.
No, they've taken...
It's been a focal point for sure, which is, you know, this is another great learning for Jackson, because he's going to have that target on his back for a very long time, man.
He had 25 against them last week, and they're like, well, you know what? We won't let him and Greta get off.
And no lie, that's part of it, Miles, learning to play. You come on the scene as a young gun, you know, no one really knows what you're about. You know, round 2, we see what you're about because there's a scout. You know, and teams are really, they know who you are, they know what you're about. They're taking away your strengths, they're forcing you to your weaknesses. That's often when we really see what type of player you are, you know.
I'll just update you on that technical foul. It was awarded given against Hawke's Bay coach. So I don't know if that came from Gruggan or it came from the bench. Maybe one of the players heading to the sideline, stepped over the sideline, and then got teed up, and then it...
Man, if I'm Coach Gruggan, yeah, bro, fair enough, brother. Catch you one.
Yeah.
It's been a rough night, man.
Well, the Browns defense.
They're up 35 though, Miles, and
Yeah.
like nothing's changed, you know. It's not, and not like they're not running up scores or nothing,
No.
you know. That stylistically, it's just like, man, we not letting you into the ball with less than 15 seconds on the shot clock.
That three's good.
You can do that.
Kahu Treacher in the corner knocks it down.
And then right back at you. The Rams have already got it down, Miles, and they're into their offense easy at 15 seconds. They made 3-4 passes, and they're up 35.
It's blocked from Carter.
And yet they don't look rushed or like they're forcing anything. It's natural.
It really does. Just the way that Taylor Britt operates with that on ball. The way he just is, he's a half a step ahead of Jackson Ball. And he just has options. And it's a hard on ball to get around because it's Tahi Smith-Milner. It's a big body. Treacher.
Right, you're so right. I've been watching a lot of rugby league lately, Miles, and he's like one of those top-end halfbacks. You know, they just steer the game. It's kind of at their whim whenever they want it. They know when to turn the heat up. Great finish there. Nice drive, fella. They know when to turn the heat up. They know when to put the handbrake on. They know when it's time for the big shots in the clutch, most importantly. Another thing that's impressive about him is just like how, well, that's pretty impressive.
That's his right hand, Lindsay
It
Tate.
is on the left-hand side.
Left-hand side.
But like how like people you can't take advantage of him defensively. You know what I mean? Or I'd be taking him down to the post every chance I got. But again, that's, you know, that's one of his values. Bowen on the boards again.
Here's Pena Jr.
Another 2.
Easy as you like. That's 10 now. Timeout. Hawke's Bay with 5:23 to go in the game.
The wheels are really falling off here, Miles. I'm just gonna
they have.
call it.
No,
what
you
it is.
No, you're absolutely correct.
Trying to be that guy, but
well, they came out in the
might be time to get the young boys on both sides, fellas.
Yeah. Well, you know what? They already do.
Yeah, I mean, the red team already has. Put the Rapid League team on, Quinn.
You got Tawhiri and Ihaka Kate.
Mana
Martin,
Worthington, let him in there.
Tony Worthington. Those guys haven't made an impression yet on the game. They haven't entered the game yet, but you can have your say with the game MVP. You mix and pick, and you can also take care of dinner easily. The large buffalo chicken pizza, $39.99. Use that QR code to order, and then get yourself ready for another game tonight in the Sal's NBL. The Nuggets and the Airs from the Edgar Centre.
Good news on the Nuggets, Miles. Going to be hanging around in the future.
Yeah, it's
local ownership, man. It's beautiful for our game to keep a team like an organization like that's been in the league for a very long time. Important part of the motu to keep them around, man. It's great to hear.
Will be great to hear as well with Justin Nelson. Zoe Richards making her commentary debut. Of course, Zoe Richards playing for the Southern Boy Hawk, part of that ownership group with the Nuggets. So it's great to see Zoe picking up the mic tonight. Toihi Aotearoa. That's what Aotearoa. Free agency started this week as well.
Alston with the 3 there. Love to see that one going for him after a tough night so far.
He's got 4 personal fouls as well as Brandon Alston. Pena. Oh my!
And again, Miles, talk about a smart unit, right? You got a guy like CJ Pena who had to sit on the bench for a little bit. So what do the Rams do when it's out here? They feed him. You know what I mean? They can help him make him look good. And rightfully so. Get him going, get him the ball. Left-hand layup.
Taylor Britt, left-hand layup. Too easy for Taylor Britt. 23 for him. 3 rebounds, 2 assists.
Smooth with it.
Pena has 13, 6 rebounds off the bench. Jackson Ball left it behind.
And they're still not letting the young fella breathe. Real focal point. Great rotations right to the end from the Rams. Scrambling. Fighting for those O boards.
McDonald couldn't save it. Stays with the Hawks. Just mistimed it. Somebody wants
I can hear the "we want" chants coming out.
Yeah, I can hear it as well.
You can do it.
Is someone chanting "we want Greta"? Is it Dan Greta's dad there?
Nice cut there by Kobe Kara, cutting the corner.
Jackson Ball from deep. A rare highlight for Jackson in this game. He's to 16 now. And that's his second 3. That was a deep one. You can see the potential he'll have with the Wisconsin Badgers.
And even that's pretty impressive when you think on it. A 16-point night for a year 13 in a men's domestic competition on the off night. Hate to see him catch a good one. Oh, my man got his wish. Greta's back in.
Alston and Gruggan talking about spacing, talking about offense. Alston will go to the bench now. And another bucket for the Rams. That's 101 now.
Thomas just up the court, not letting him get a catch.
This is what we saw against the Tuatara. This is what they do. It doesn't matter what the deficit is. They play like every play matters at either end.
I respect it, man. That's how you get to be two-time pushing to be three-peat. You don't get there without that.
Greeter on the glass.
Uh-oh.
Pena gets free, knocking down another one. Claudio Pena Jr. with his 4th 3. He moves to 16.
Claudio, that's what CJ is short for?
Claudio, yeah,
Nice
CJ,
name, man.
Claudio
Like
Jr.
that.
Greeter with a 3. Dan Greeter, he goes to 16 himself.
That little chin tap move they got here. Oh, yo.
Uh-oh. Still falls to an open shooter.
Free throw. Oof.
You're right. It looks like it's going in every time with Tohi.
Great closeout. Just kind of playing one out again here, the Hawks. Not a lot of movement or action.
Jackson Ball. in the
Great one
corner.
more.
Treacher. Tohi with the rebound. That's his 9th. He's got 19. He's efficiently gone about his work today. He's 7 of 11 as Tohi Smith-Milner for 3 threes, 4 offensive rebounds. Claudio Pena Jr. again. He's got 19 now.
Yeah, and between Tohi and Max Darling right now, Miles, it's like they don't have to break a sweat, bro. They can just quietly come in and give you like 10 and 5 or whatever, and save, tread on the tires. Big picture, they're not thrashing their bodies, you know. Not a bad setup, man, with what they got going on.
The young bloods are in for
Man, they could have jumped them in about a quarter earlier, fellas. Come on now.
both teams subbing in.
Oh, good D. Good cut.
Alston
Dante not the cut here.
finds
You got great hair too.
looking good.
Look like Danny Zuko on Greece.
I like the fact that Gruggan is giving Alston a run here.
Right.
It just hasn't been his night, and he could easily just go to the bench. He's played 31 minutes for Gruggan, but
Find that rhythm a little
he
bit.
just needs to find his groove in the league with this team.
Ezra Eagle checking in here, fresh off
So
finals.
everyone
in the
off,
20s.
off the bench.
Local product. Great young man.
Tama Isaac.
Oh,
He's
good
a-
rep.
There's a Kate, Tawhiti Kate. Number 4 is Mana Martin. Mana Martin, part of that under-20s Canterbury team.
Hopefully,
Jacob
the
Murphy
little hammy there. Hopefully he's all good.
knocks down a corner 3. And under a minute to go, and this has just been a demolition job by the Canterbury Rams. They further solidify their ranking as the #1 team on the ladder. And if you want to win a championship in 2025 in the Sal's NBL, you're going to have to do it in Cal Stadium, because they are the standard bearers so far in the season.
This game gets him the 1 seed. Is that right, Miles?
Yeah.
Did I read that correctly? This locks them in for the 1 seed?
Oh, that's a good point. I would imagine so. The Saints might have something to say about that,
Okay.
but we might look at the ladder. And the Rams actually have 2 games in hand on the Saints. So they'll move to 12-2 with this win, the Canterbury Rams. 12-2, they last lost April 9th to the Bulls, who have had a slide and a half. The Saints still have 4 games to play. It would have to be cataclysmic for the Rams to lose the #1 spot. So I think you might be right. Your intel might be right there, Lindsay Tate. But hey,
We have seen cataclysmic before.
we have. I just don't feel like this is the Canterbury Rams team that will do it.
No, they don't feel cataclysmic at all.
It's a BNZ player timeout as well, so you can get your ticket to the big game thanks to the BNZ player timeout. Use that QR code with your chance to win tickets. This season's big games, and tell you what, time is running out. Make sure you use that QR code there. Cartier to get us back underway with 1.2. Alston, it's been that kind of night, that kind of afternoon. It's a 32-point win for the Rams. Taylor Britt, sensational. Just actually methodically sensational. 9 of 15, 23 points for him. And he leads all scorers to an emphatic win. Sean McDonald gets your game MVP vote, and there's nothing wrong with that, because he was 16 and 10 with 10 assists for Sean McDonald, 5 rebounds as well. He was 6 of 10 from the floor, 16 points. Ty Smith-Milner efficient, 19 points for him. We'll take a look at the rest of the stats for you, thanks to the Chemist Warehouse, the official stats partner of the Sal's NBL. I'm going to count just, there were 5 players in double figures, and Tama Isaac had 9. Max Darling had 7.
And not just in double figures, like high double figures, some of them boys.
McDonald with those 10 assists. Bowen, the big, with 4 himself. That just speaks to how quickly they move the ball around. A double-double for Lukey Yates. Tireless in both keys, trying to grab rebounds. Tough games for Dan Greeter and Jackson Ball. And just the one block rather, for Dan Greeter. 2 for Bowen, and 1 apiece for Smith-Milner and Pena Jr. And just their defense, at times, all over the floor. So 6 steals overall for the Canterbury Rams, and they forced the Hawks into 12 turnovers, just 8 turnovers. Nuggets and Airs, Justin Nelson and Zoe Richards will have that call for you tonight from the Edgar Centre. Giants Jets, the early game tomorrow. Tuatara 5, big game for both those teams, trying to get into the 6. And the Rams will host the Phi on Wednesday night as round 13 tips off, and the Jets looking to solidify their spot in the 6. Now they've got the Giants tomorrow, and they'll have the Tuatara on Thursday night as well from Fly Palmy Arena. And that's how it looks for your Sal's NBL 2025. On behalf of Lindsay Taylor and the Sky Sport crew, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.